What's up, everybody? Hello, hello, hello. Last light, how are you doing, my friend? Welcome. Welcome, 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 welcome. I've not seen this yet. I've not seen this yet. Seems like based off of Twitter, there wasn't much new information, but I think it's always good for Bungie to get, like, I always felt kind of weird about the only source of new information up to this point past the reveal has been content creators. So it's like, I'm really grateful for the opportunity to be the first person to tell, or not the first, but one of the first people to be able to tell you about this stuff. I think that's awesome, but it's like, it's a weird move from Bungie's side. That's kind of where I am with that, but it's good for them to like reiterate and like consolidate all this information in an updated way, because obviously also things have changed, right? So yeah, what's up, Kato, Man of War? Keith, the Big Daddy Fish, Jameis, how you doing? I wasn't ready for crab walking gremlin scare when it yells shill. I hope people enjoyed that. Yo, Blue Whale, Eagle Eyes, thank you for the sub. Theo, Osiris, what's up? Junior, what's up? Quick question. Since I saw your video about the 10 to 50% buffs to new gear, what if it was 20% and 25%? I think people would fucking freak out. It's hard because I think 20 and 25% would be more of an incentive to farm new gear. And I think that, like, once you start getting to those numbers, Junior, I think that is much more impactful to the gameplay. But also, the higher you crank that number and the more good you make new gear, the more people are going to freak out. So it's like, it's a battle that Bungie has to weigh, right? Nice shaven face. Yeah, now I'm at the length that I like it. Okay, I went a little too short, but you know, I got the 5 o'clock shadow 5 days later. This is my first watch of the stream. Yeah. Yep. Twitter pretty much spoiled everything, though. Yeah. It's just a weird... I always find it weird when people freak out about things that won't affect them at all. You know? Or will barely affect them. I had, beat him, fuck him. Like, it's just weird, man. I don't know. I see so many weird takes, and it's like, I don't know. It's hard because I genuinely just don't get. Like, I just dropped. Oh no, I don't want to run over that. I genuinely like just don't think it'll matter that much. But I just see, like, and I don't want to be like the guy that's like, you know what I mean? But it just doesn't matter. Like, I don't know. I think Mactix had a really interesting, but in a way that I like don't really agree with point. I know I responded to this, but like, we don't have to start the stream with this, but I'm gonna. Max says, new/featured gear bonuses feel unhealthy for the game, especially for exotics. I hate the idea of artificially constructed metas where 75% of my stuff is suboptimal. That's been, like, the artifacts have done that for 4 years. Like, anytime there's oppressive darkness, if you're not using void, you're throwing. Anytime there's particle reconstruction, if you're not using a fusion rifle, you're throwing. There's bolt charge this season. If you're on Titan and you're not running barricade, you're throwing. You know what I mean? Like, they have done this for years in a way more aggressive way than 10% damage bonus. And no one's really ever said anything about it. In fact, I'm pretty sure like most people I love the artifacts. I love using stuff, new stuff every season. It's just a weird, I don't know. It just feels, it's a weird thing to, and I love Mac, don't get me wrong. It's just like, he's the build guy. He knows that most builds are useless every season. Like, because he makes videos on the new artifact stuff, you know? Do you not just use a disposable razor? No, I use a, like a beard trimmer. Yo, Manscaped, hit me up. I'll shill. If the raid title's not scary as a shill, I'm very disappointed. I'm glad. Hey, if you guys haven't watched my latest video, you should go watch the first couple of minutes and then come back. There's a pretty good moment in there. How'd the project review go? Oh, very well. Yeah, we got funding for like internally within my company. I have to write proposals and then give a presentation and ask. It's a lot easier than like academic proposals, but you know, you still want to. This is my boss's boss, so I still want to like impress and show I did my homework and stuff. So it went well though. So we get some I get another project added to my plate. Hell yeah. So. Marathon live stream, thank God. Hopefully soon. Nah, probably not till the fall. Probably not till August or September. Did you see the clip of Dado actually getting really angry at the Destiny 2 community? No, send it. I think Dado and I think on this, because we talked about this at it's actually really funny because Dado and I got into, it wasn't like an argument, but we definitely got into a discussion with Mac about this at Bungie when they first showed us this. And Dado and I were like lockstep, dog. We were like bouncing off each other. I think we had, and not in the way you're thinking, but unfortunately, or not unfortunately, but it's just like we have the same brainworm where it's just like, why are people are gonna hate this? Why are people gonna hate this? You know. But yeah, if you can send me the Dado clip, that would be great. Yo, Ace God all day. Thank you for the tier 1 sub. Hey guys, we're pretty close to the super sub thing on Twitch where I get a higher percentage of the sub split. Whatever the fuck that's called. I think we just need like 50 more subs by the end of the month or something. So if you have a Prime or whatever on the Twitch side, make sure you use it so we can hit that. That'd be sick. Yeah, if you could send me, oh yeah, here we go. Dado crash out. You're my hero, Dado.
They're trying to just incentivize you to try some new things, man. And people...
Oh! And he's wearing a marathon shirt! Yes! Dado's my favorite. That's my clan daddy.
They're trying to just incentivize you to try some new things, man. And people just hate that idea. I am very fucking bothered because every fucking time some new shit comes out, people just want to be the most miserable cunts in the world.
No! No, Dado! I'm only 8 minutes in the stream! That shit's demonetized, bro! No! Why did you do that?
And I wouldn't have said that knowing that YouTube is now going to demonetize my entire fucking stream because I said that.
Are you serious? Oh, that's awesome. No fucking way, dude. Oh my god, that's so funny. Jesus Christ, I'm about to cry laughing, dude. Jesus fucking Christ. Oh my god, dude. Whew. Yo, sir, thank you for the prime. Thank you.
And I am done with the misery.
Oh, preach, King.
The
Jesus.
thing's not even out yet. We still got another 4 weeks to go. And people just want to be so miserable.
That was so funny. Oh my god. Someone please clip that whole thing
people
there.
Just want to be miserable, and I'm tired of it. I'm tired of people being miserable. Go be miserable somewhere else.
So true. Okay, look, Danielle, very nice, Didado. If I'm crashing out like that, Victoria's not coming in here and giving me a hug, okay? Makes me kind of sad. She heard him drop the C-bomb and she was like, oh, I better go fucking... What's up, Wobby and Chili? That's so funny. Jesus Christ.
If you don't want more loot, why play loot game?
I've seen so many people saying an Edge of Fate armor will not drop with weapon and super spikes, but I haven't been able to find a source. Yeah, I gotcha, Eden. The 6 combinations are here. The 6 combinations are here. So we only get 6 archetypes with Edge of Fate. I'm hoping they expand on that. I was really hoping, I haven't seen anyone talk, they might answer in the stream, but we only get 6 archetypes here. These are the only combinations. So you can only get a melee health spike, a weapons grenade spike, a class weapon spike, a grenade super spike, a super melee spike, and a health class spike. So you can mix and match where you have like a couple Paragon and a couple Gunner to get a lot in super and weapons. But if you want to hit 200 in each, I'm pretty sure you have to farm 2.0 armor. We still don't know if our armor converts to the system. No, we do know. Our armor converts 1-to-1 to this system. So any art stat you have now converts 1-to-1. They confirm that. Tier 5 armor will actually be dropped with 30-25. Not 25 in the tertiary stat, Wabi? Since tier 5 armor focuses a lot more on tertiary armor, boosting it up a tune. Oh, with tuning slot, you might be able to get close. God, that was so fucking funny. Actually, Jesus, I cannot believe that happened. Did someone clip that? Please tell me someone clipped that. If not, I'm gonna go back and clip it later. Fuck me, that was so funny. Whew. Oh, okay. Once again, if you didn't go watch my video earlier, make sure to go watch the first couple of minutes because there's a pretty good moment, and then tell Astrocross I said hi. Okay. Anyways. I got scared for a second. I was like, oh, do I have the wrong thing pulled up? Forcer! I saw that. I saw the crossbow thing. Is this your favorite day? We got a new weapon fucking frame, Forcer.
Where's a place touched by the Nine, concealing a lot of secrets and
oh shit. We got some Vidoc energy up in here or what? I thought they were just gonna play the trailer again.
Touched by the Nine, concealing a lot of secrets and danger. And it's somewhere that human scientists traveled to a long time ago to research a dormant singularity. While living on Kepler, not only did they observe...
Yeah, how's the audio? Is it bad? Is there an echo? I could put on, I don't know about you guys. It is hot as fucking balls, okay? It's like 95 degrees outside. It's like 1,000,000,000% humidity. My nipples are sweating through my back right now. It's fucking crazy. So I would like to not wear a headset, but I will if I have to. So how's the audio? Hell yeah, Sheikah. I genuinely mean no disrespect towards you or other YouTubers, but this should have been where we got info about weapons. Completely agree. Or it should have dropped sooner. I really love and appreciate Bungie giving me an opportunity to be one of the first people to share this. And I like that they're consolidating all the information. But it is a hard line to draw. Like, I think you have to build hype with content creators, but I don't think they can be the main delivery of information, or at least not the main initial delivery. You know what I mean? It's hard. But, like, I'm not... Either way, I have a good time. You know what I mean? So it's fine. Because, like, the alternative for me is, like, okay, we just go there and they show us, like, exotics early, and then everyone has a video about exotics. So because we were able to share this first, I could do my full breakdown of everything, which did really well, and I'm really proud of. But, you know, I get that it's not the most community forward-friendly thing, and I totally sympathize with that, so...
the collapse, they
Yo,
survived.
Paleo, what's up? Man, I'm getting married on Saturday. Congratulations, Sweeney. And forecast says we'll have 32 degrees over here. I'll melt. Bruh. What's 32? So what, 25's room temperature? Oh, fuck. That sounds miserable, brother. Jesus. Well, good luck. Congratulations. Hopefully you have a great day. Steven, what's up?
Survived it.
Crazy to me to watch the Borderlands 4 Fan Fest and watch the Edge of Fate announcement with such drastic difference in quality. I don't think it's a quality thing. I haven't watched this yet, but it's not like the Fan Fest. The Fan Fest was like 2 people on a stage and then a PowerPoint. At the end of the day, like, that's a hard comparison to make. I think the rollout of marketing for Borderlands has been better because they kind of, like, you know, trailer, they teased it out. They dropped like all this fucking insane information, including a Vidoc, and then they teased it out, and then they did developers, and then they did content creators, and then more developers and more content creators. I think the method of rollout there was a lot better. It's hard to compare though, because Borderlands 4 is like a highly anticipated, like 8-year-old fucking sequel. You know what I mean? So it's like there's obviously going to be way more information to share about that, like a whole game versus a smaller expansion. I think the quality is comparable, but I think the method that it was rolled out is not comparable. And I think that Gearbox took the classic Destiny formula that Bungie stopped using and used it. And I think it worked for Gearbox really well. And I think this just kind of exemplifies what I've been saying with Marathon specifically and with some Edge of Fate stuff, where it's like Bungie stopped doing their own thing, and now their stuff isn't as good. Like, their reveals aren't as good, and there's not as much hype. And then their direct competitors are exactly doing their thing, and it's hurting Bungie again. So they're getting like double hurt. So that's kind of where I am.
Over time, the ideals of the scientific process they held to were enshrined in their culture, and they came to be known as the Ionians.
Ionians are cool.
The Elixir House of Exile.
Ooh, that looks fucking clean. Why does that look so good?
As the Ionians. The Elixir House.
Why does that look smoother than my gameplay? What the
Exile
fuck?
arrived during the
Am I crazy right now? It's only a 1080 too. What the fuck?
They didn't invade Earth with the other Elixir houses. Instead, they sought a new home, which they found alongside the Ionians.
Their gameplay shots look really good.
And that they converted into the ether they need to survive ended up being toxic. So when the Ionians failed to cure them, the house rose up under an archon claiming to be blessed with prophetic sight.
That guy's cool.
Now, the House of Exile is full of zealots. And they'll stand opposed to the Guardian as they walk the winding pathways of Kepler, learning more about what called them there in the first place. Guardian's paracausal power acts as a catalyst for the normally corrosive force of dark matter.
This is a way better intro to this than the first one. This is a way better intro. This is exactly what I'm talking about.
These new powers will allow them to unlock long
Yo, Molina, what's up?
for the Ionians as they make their way to the singularity at the core of the planetoid.
What the fuck is a singularity?
So from the start, we focused on building Kepler as more of a dungeon-like destination. It expands on...
What the fuck? Why is this the first time we're hearing about this? I literally played this and they never told me that. A dungeon-like destination.
The interconnected world design of places like the Leviathan or the Shattered Throne.
Yeah. Okay. I am telling you guys, at least the section of Kepler that we played, it is the most claustrophobic and kind of the most like maze, like confusing destination. I mean that in a good way. Very similar to the underbelly of the Leviathan, where there's a lot of layers and there's a lot of things are connected in weird ways. It's good. It feels very different than other destinations because of that. What is singularity? I don't think they mentioned the singularity in any of the missions we played. Did you see the new Screeber bane that continuously spawns baby Screebs? No? Spoiler, nothing expansion related is brought up after this. Really?
As you fight your way across Kepler, you tap into dark matter abilities.
Hops
and
is
unlock enemy
sick.
tech that
I had
expands
a
your
lot of really good conversations with Hops.
navigation.
You know, Hops used to be on the raid team. I think he was like art lead on the raid team, I think. And he helped make like Scourge of the Past, for instance. Hops is super cool.
aids you in combat. These are all about going places you would normally think are out of reach.
Matterspark has you turn into this wild ball of arc energy. It's like nothing we've done in Destiny before.
Okay, this is a way fucking better reveal and deep dive into these abilities than what they did.
The Mattermorph ability lets you twist the objects in the world around you.
With Relocator, you've essentially co-opted the Fallen's teleportation networks and can use it to cross gaps you wouldn't have even considered before.
It'll be the small tells, an open vent, a broken window, things you want to remember because
That's in the
you
first
might
mission.
be revisiting them later.
Abilities can
Although
be
I think they're going backwards. I think you go the other way in the first
upgraded,
mission.
so as you unlock new perks, you can chain them into your build crafting.
Let's go. See, they're talking about... this is why I think, like, it's kind of disingenuous for people to call these like deep sight. They're not, don't get me wrong, they're not the most interesting things in the world. They are, but they're definitely not deep sight. Deep sight is essentially a walk up and hit a button. These are much closer to like relics, like the Aegis Shield or like the Valkyrie or Crotus Sword, where they have like a lot of combat utility as well. And they do, because they are elemental, you can build craft with them. I have a lot of hope that the raid is on Kepler and you get to use some of these in the raid. I think that would be really fucking cool. Of course, they didn't tell us anything about that. The Screeber is here in Savathûn Spire. Oh, they show Savathûn Spire. Let's go. Cool, cool. Do they show any of the new activities? I'm just not a fan of them treating these destination abilities as like the things we're meant to be build crafting with. Like, it seems too situational. It depends how much content is on Kepler, you know? It entirely depends. If Kepler doesn't have an activity, then I care less. If the raid isn't on Kepler and doesn't have these abilities, then I care less. If there's no strike, then I care less. But if there are those things, then I'm obviously going to care more, because it will affect more of the actual game that I play. Because generally, I only do the campaign once, and I'm only on the destination until I get all the triumphs. You know what I mean? So it really depends how much they are implementing these or tying these into like the seasonal stuff as well. Like, how much are we going to be playing this with these outside of the campaign? Paper's making a joke. Copium theory of X-Raid, and we go to the Vex Homeworld. Because of the leaked gun, that's all I'll say. I think it is a Vex raid, but I don't know for sure. And if I did, I wouldn't say anything. But I really hope the raid is on Kepler, and I really hope we get to use these abilities to some degree in the raid. I think that would be really cool. They're set up like raid mechanics, like raid light mechanics. I would love to see like more complex combinations of them in a raid like environment. I think that'd be cool.
In clever ways.
By far, the most game-changing is one of Matterspark's upgrades. On Kepler, it lets you turn into Matterspark the same way you'd summon a sparrow.
Yeah.
Wherever and whenever.
So there are no sparrows on Kepler. You just do this instead, which is really cool because it's pretty fast and it's fun to...
It will optimize not only exploration, but also combat on future playthroughs.
Oh, where is this? We did not play... This is an entirely new space that I've not seen. Doesn't this kind of look spacey? I think it might be a big cave.
But also
I mean, this almost looks like a strike set piece.
Combat on future playthroughs.
Yeah, this... We did not see anything that looks like this. Kepler, the sky of Kepler is very, very bright. Orange and blue. This looks almost like you're on the derelict ship from Presage. You know, it's very... I mean, there's like... It looks like you're on the Tangled Shore.
In super creative ways. There are tons of cool combinations. You can suspend an enemy with Matter Morph, bend a path up toward the sky, and then in mid-air, leap into Matterspark to dash across the arena and arc chain a group of enemies.
The team has already seen players pairing abilities with different exotic perks and aspects to create some really crazy builds.
All right, these looks a little more complex than what we got to play,
can't wait to see what
which is
happens
good because
once
I thought the
players
puzzles
get their
were
hands
too
on this
simple in what we got to play. Yeah, see, this is the sky of Kepler. You see how it's all bright and shit? Yo, Lab! Thank you for the sub. Hello. Hey, once again, guys, we're pretty close to hitting super sub status on Twitch for the 3rd month in a row, which means the splits are better and Twitch takes less of your money. I think we just need, like I said, like 40 or 50 more subs. So if you have a Prime, if you've ever wanted to give a sub, if you ever wanted to become a sub, the best time to do so is like in the next 6 or 7 days. The Titan armor, yeah, the destination armor looks incredible. Weren't they just using the supposedly?
Can't wait to see what happens
AR?
once players get their hands on this kit.
Exotic perks and aspects to create some really crazy builds.
Where?
We know this is only the beginning and can't wait to see what happens.
Oh shit!
Some really crazy
That's
builds.
fucking Maya, bro.
We know this is only
Yo!
the
Yo!
beginning.
Oh! Further back?
On future playthroughs in super creative ways. There are tons of cool combinations. You can suspend.
Oh yeah! This is the gun that we thought was from the raid. This was the leaked gun that we thought was from the raid because we didn't play with this and it looks very Vexy. Maybe it's not from the raid.
Enemy with
Maybe it's an activity gun. Maybe there's a Vex activity.
Bend a
I
path
really
up
hope
toward
there's
the
a
sky,
fucking activity,
and then
man.
in
I'm
mid-air,
copium.
leap into Matter Spark to dash across.
Do we know if
the
Kepler will be open like the Throne World or will be closed off like the Pale Heart? We have literally no idea. They didn't mention it at all. I think it depends. If there's an activity, it'll probably be open, but...
arena and arc chain a group of enemies.
The team has already seen players pairing abilities with
Fuck,
different
I hope
exotic
there's
perks
a
and
fucking
aspects to create some really
destination.
crazy builds.
We know
Activity,
this is
man.
only the beginning and can't wait to see what happens once players get their hands on this kit.
Paper! Thank you for the prime, my friend. I know that exotic weapons are treated like tier 5 weapons, so is exotic armor treated like tier 5? And if it does, yes. Will exotic armor now be transformed into tier 5 instead of tier 3? They're not transformed. Like, your exotics don't become part of the tier system. They just act like tier 5s in the instance of bonus seasonal damage and damage resistance. But, like, exotic armor does not drop tiered now. It's just... So... Milo thinks he found a new elemental item like Tangle for Solar, seen during the Savathun Spire gameplay. I'll check it out. You have a timestamp? How'd you react to armor gained from a season having bonus stats that were only tied to one season every season? Can you give an example?
All right. Hello, welcome.
Also, DMG taking over for Andy here. So Andy has been on the marathon side of things for like a long time, is my understanding of the situation. And he's just been kind of nice enough to fill this spot until DMG got his recent promotion. So this is awesome. DMG's kind of like the head of player communication for Destiny now, and he was asking us like so many questions about like what do you think people are going to be most confused about, what do you specifically want to see like blogs and articles on. I can tell you guys, like, in terms of really understanding and sympathizing with the community and wanting to be very clear and concise and you know, understanding that like how important communication is, I like out of everyone I've ever met at Bungie that does like sort of communication, I think DMG is the perfect fit for this job, and I'm really excited to see how he kind of changes that interaction going forward. So I hope he does a really good job here. I'm sure he will, but it's cool to see him in the hot seat. Do we think the raid boss is Maya? I fucking hope so. I hope so.
Bungie, and welcome to our.
But we'll see more of
Destiny
Andy
2
with marathon
Legend
stuff,
Fate
I'm sure.
live stream. This will be the first live stream that we have.
Yeah,
into
principal
launch.
communication manager.
Big shout out to the folks that we had on our Dev Insight video. We were just.
Thy
talking about-
Maker asks, say Scarrow, kind of an unrelated question, but can I ask how you have the patience to do all the triumphs, or how you keep yourself sane? I used to do all of them, but after the RNG crap sheet that was fishing and the time crunch that was 50 full onslaught salvation runs, I'm reevaluating things. I know we've talked about it before, but I want to understand the how and why. I don't really get burnt out like most people, and I'm a checklist gamer, so it's just like I started it because in the Rivals when everything was going away, and I was like, okay, I'd like to have this, and then I just kind of kept going, and I've never really wanted to stop. Like, I just kind of like doing it. That's really as simple as that. It's near 24:43. All right, I'll keep an eye out. Thank you.
Kepler, destination abilities, some of the secrets of Kepler. And
Is the
Ionians,
audio
so
still
we're gonna
fine?
Leave that for a later date for you to discover. Today we're going to be talking.
Oh, wait,
about
sorry. Does he mention...
Dev Insight video. We were just talking about Kepler, destination abilities, some of the secrets of Kepler and the Ionians, but we're going to leave that for a later date for you.
Okay, I really hope there's an activity. I'm going to put on my headset because it's a little quiet. I don't want to echo. You have the exact shirt I'm wearing? Let's go!
To discover. Today we're going to be talking a bunch about Sandbox. We have a bunch of core feature updates with Armor 3.0, gear tiering, some new loot for you to grind out, and a bunch of cool things to show. So without further ado, let's get to it. We have a wonderful panel of developers on our couch. Some of them are new, some of them
God, that
you've seen
rug looks
before.
so good.
But yeah, let's start out with Eric. How you doing?
I'm good. Thanks for
You guys want to know a fun fact? I'm like 50% sure that my now infamous marathon quote, it's game changing, literally game changing, is I think I was sitting where the camera is right now. Because they kind of like move around this room and use it for a bunch of different stuff. If this is where I think it is. It's game changing.
Some of them you've seen before.
Just some insider baseball
let's
there.
Start out with Eric. How you doing?
I'm good. Thanks for asking, Dylan.
Yeah. For folks that maybe haven't seen you on a previous live stream where you've talked about burst weapons and all the cool ability stuff, who are you? What do you do?
Sure. I'm Eric Smith, gameplay lead on Destiny 2, and I'm excited to dive into our sandbox changes.
Awesome. Vivian, hello, hello. Welcome to the live stream format. We've seen you on Vidocs from time to time, but yeah, for folks that haven't met you, seen you on our Vidocs.
I'm excited to see what Vivian has to say because she fucking cooks. What was she? Was she on the episodes? Sorry, there's a cable here that's buzzing. I'm trying to make it stop. I think she was on one of the episode ones. She's got a good vibe. Okay, we're good.
What do you do?
Yeah, I'm Vivian Bex. I'm a sandbox designer on Destiny. I get the privilege of making like a lot of the toys that players get to use, you know, like weapons and stuff. Recently, I've kind of been all over the sandbox team, and I have some very exciting stuff to show today. I'm really excited.
Man. Yeah, we'll get into that in a minute. And last but not least, end of the couch, Bjorn. Taylor Bjorndal. How you doing?
I'm doing great. Happy to be
Who
here.
are you? What do you do here, buddy?
Taylor Bjorndal, associate weapons designer, sandbox designer. I've also bounced around and done a lot of stuff. Excited to talk about all of the million things we changed.
Yeah, right. I think the last time we had you on the
This is one thing that like I'm excited for people. I think people have been realizing it, but like it is so hard to overstate. Like so much of Destiny is changing. It is truly phenomenal how much of the core game is changing.
couch, we were talking grid skipper roles and things like that.
Yeah, it's been a bit.
Yeah. So as we're diving into this, we have quite a bit to go through in the show. And to start, we're actually going to be in the shooting range. We're going to have our gameplay.
I wish I would have done a video. Did anyone do a video breaking down the shooting range? I wish I would have done a video specifically breaking down the shooting range and like all of the options. I feel like that would have been something people were interested in. I just never. I just didn't do
going
it.
through showing you some of the new weapons, some of the new ability or exotics that are going to be coming. But this will be playing in the background. You'll see them tuning.
Yeah, so it's just like the tribute hall. So here you can pick which enemy type, like which enemy race, and then there are pillars behind you where you can pick any unit of the enemy race, and then you can pick if they're red bar, major, or ultra, like bosses. So you have like infinite possibilities.
Different enemies, playing around, damage types, that kind of stuff. To start with our panel, though, let's talk Armor 3.0. Eric, if we can talk about like where did we start with ammo? Where was it back in the day? Where are we going? What's the high-level vision for our changes?
Yeah,
Carl.
so when Destiny 2 launched, we had armor in the game, but there were 3 stats. There were no mods available. And then with Shadowkeep, we hit Armor 2.0, where we added 3 additional stats for a total of 6, and armor mods as well. And this is the next evolution for the new saga of Destiny 2. In Armor 3.0, we are adding, or we're reworking the stats. We're adding set bonuses, and we are adding gear tiers as well.
Yeah.
And the kind of the goals with Armor 3.0.
I don't like the damage crunch, to be honest. Seeing the big yellow numbers makes my brain happy. It's going to be very hard to get used to. Oh, I'm doing 100 damage per shot. Like, what the fuck does that mean? One of the, like, our auto rifles early on was literally doing 11 damage per shot. And it was like, what the 11 damage? Might as well say immune.
So
it's also going to be, it's just because of brain, like a 10% damage difference. If you're doing 300 damage and then you at base and then 10%, so 330 damage. Going from 300 to 330 is like, it seems like nothing versus 300,000 to 330,000 like we are now. You know what I mean? So it's like, it's going to take a long time for me to reprogram my brain like percentage, not total. You know what I mean? Yo, Pool Boy, thank you for the sub, my friend. Appreciate you. One of my fondest memories from my time at the GDC was being able to talk to the team at Bungie. I had the opportunity to talk to Allison shortly after she started on the narrative team. I'm always shocked by the passion everyone has, but her talk was something else. That's one thing, like, no matter how many insults it gives me or it gets me, and no matter like what people think, like until I die, will praise individual Bungie devs for their passion and their talent. Bungie as a company, higher up, so leadership, they've made some very bad, questionable decisions. They've done some bad things. They've affected people's livelihoods, and they've had predatory practices towards consumers. The individual devs, they just don't get enough praise. So many of them, like I said, are just like regular, passionate, talented people showing up to work, doing their jobs. And I have so much respect for so many of them. It's awesome. It really is awesome.
One, we want to make armor more exciting and desirable.
That's the origin trait. The origin trait for the destination weapons, when you ADS for a little bit of time and then you shoot, it shoots like a micro missile out. Pretty cool.
And you saw a purple armor dropped, and you were thrilled to go pick it up and see what was inside. And then we want to rework the stats to make sure no stat is left behind, no stat feels mandatory.
You get insulted for saying that stuff? Oh, dog. The amount of times even just in like my Bungie interviews and stuff, where I'm like, or whatever, when we're watching these live streams, I'm like, oh, Allison's awesome, Vivian's awesome, et cetera, et cetera. The amount of times it's like, oh, you're a Bungie shill, blah, blah. It's like, well, I don't know if you've ever like worked for a company, but you are not that company. You know what I mean? It's like, it's such a thing that people cannot differentiate in their brain. It's kind of crazy. So I was wondering when I watched this live, pretty cool to see visual added for an origin perk. Yeah. Yeah.
Give you further depth of build crafting in your armor rolls.
That's this is the new longbow. It over
You
penetrates.
execute upon and the team really is approachability. There are a lot of new UI tools where you're hovering over perks, stats, all that kind of stuff. You're seeing actual percentages. You're seeing more full descriptions for things.
Fuck yeah!
Helping newer players or returning players get reacquainted with the sandbox of Destiny.
Yeah, in this release and in coming releases,
No stat gets left behind and no stat is mandatory feels kind of contradictory. Did he just say that? Or does he say that? I was sorry, I was paying attention to chat. Also, I still maintain that health is a dead stat.
Focusing on making the game easier to digest and understand.
Bungie chat was insufferable when Vivian was shown. Just ignore them. They're awful people. Vivian is a fucking goat. She is awesome. Video's quiet. I'll turn it up a little bit. People are gonna be terrible, man. It's just unfortunately how it goes. Vivian is fucking awesome.
What's going on? And this, looking at the shooting range here, is a great example of this. Like where I can just go and see how much damage I'm doing, and test out my weapons, test out these builds, and see the actual changes that my new armor and whatnot.
The DPS counter is so hot, bro.
Yeah, and you can load in here with a full fire.
And then you have individual ones too. So that's a team. This is a team one, and then you have individual ones, so you can like compete with your friends and do like a full fucking rotation.
Or just come in here by yourself if you're on Discord talking friends, shooting the stuff. So let's really quick talk about stats.
Scarrow, question. We see percentages when viewing stats now. Does that transfer over to things like surge mods? I didn't check mods, I don't think. I do remember like more perks had them, I think. But I don't know if that got extended to. I fucking hope so. It should be, everything should have stats. I shouldn't have to go to the compendium for stats. On God.
This is one of the major overhauls. A couple things are leaving. A couple things are being added. Really quick, if you could get a quick scroll.
Yeah, I would. I don't put up with shit like that Heart plays. Or Hearts play. I don't do that. I don't. It's just not. I would never allow myself to allow people like that to feel comfortable.
Through
like,
some of the
in my chat. You know what I mean?
Stats. Go ahead and give us.
Yeah. So we've removed some stats. We've removed.
The funniest part of this reveal is how they talk about perks and stats now, and about them being more specific about what they do with percentages and stuff. And another part of the live stream, it just shows an enhanced perk list. The bonus it gives it. Wait, sorry. It shows an enhanced perk lists. Shows an enhanced perk, lists the bonus as it gives an extra perk. Excuse me?
And we've removed recovery
and mobility.
Yes,
shooting
and
range is
mobility.
fucking sick.
So instead, starting from the top, we got health, then we have melee and grenade, super, class, and then our weapon stat. So this is an entirely new suite of stats, does different things. All of our stats now, instead of going to 100, they go to 200. So once you go above 100, you get an additional.
I still think health
benefit
is a
on
dead
top
stat.
of the 0 to 100.
But and I still don't think weapons will be as good in PvP. I think class is going to be the annoying PvP one. Is this for the? We'll look at this later. Yes. Okay.
These on the ability side, we are giving you kind of your uptime and how much energy you're getting in
gonna keep that
the
for
0
now.
to 100 range. And then the 100 to 200 range, we're increasing things like damage, things like survivability, which is somewhere we've never really, gone into. And it's going to really give players more tools to customize their build, kind of pinpoint single, like I'm gonna be this badass grenade thrower that's just doing shit.
Yeah, you see how there's a visual indication. Watch the sight of the gun.
Like, I'm gonna be this badass grenade.
You see how it builds? It builds and then it turns blue when you have the rocket.
Just doing shit tons of grenade damage.
It's so cool.
Or I could be more defensive or more weapon focused and all of this, right?
Yeah, we haven't had like a weapons stat before, and it's sometimes been you'd have to like hook into the artifact to make like a true weapons build, and we've kind of pushed further into that world.
Yeah,
What the fuck is that in the background?
We saw some questions specifically about the.
Oh, are
weapons
those
stat
ships?
and
Is that the
PvP.
Xur
I know
ship?
y'all have been balancing in the PvP, making sure this is kind of like cherry on top. It doesn't change the time to kill too much, but it's kind of like a cost balancing factor, right? If you want that extra damage, you lose out on grenades, things like that.
Sure, yeah. So if you want to go all in on weapons, like your weapons are going to be more potent than they were before, but it's at the expense of your other abilities and that sort of thing. So we have done extensive testing to make sure we're not breaking PvP. That said, in the first day that this comes out, the amount of hours being put into this by genius members of the community is going to dwarf what we've done. So it's a little bit scary how much change we've actually put in this. The team's worked so hard across the entire game. Everything you hear today is not apples to apples with the pre-Edge of Fate numbers and feel of the game. It really across the game we have just changed so much.
It's very different. It's not really easy to compare the experience of what's going to be in the next release to what people are playing right now.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it still feels like Destiny.
Yeah, it's that quintessential feel of I got my gun, I have my abilities, but now it's how much agency do I have in
By the way,
leaning into
there's
some of
a
these things and embracing
special pistol here. Is
like
that
a role-playing mechanic?
Oh, I
One
thought
of
it
the
was
cool things
tenacious.
is like
just based
internally,
on the look. I wasn't
I think the
even-
most common thing we say in like our sandbox channel
Wasn't
now
paying
is just
attention.
like emerged as, man, I can't wait for 9.
Oh yeah, look at that. It had the Vanguard logo on it, I think.
Man, I can't
Oh, did I make that up? Maybe it didn't have the Vanguard logo on it.
wait. I think the most common.
No, I can't do that on this weekend, Jordan, for reasons. For, something that's happening Friday, Saturday, Sunday. No 24-hour streams. Can I get some NDA and emotes in chat?
Thing we say in like our sandbox
Did I make that up? I
channel now
swear I
is
saw a
just,
Vanguard
like,
logo, but I think I
emerged
made
as,
that up.
Man, I can't wait for 900.
Nah, I must have made that up.
The sandbox is really exciting. There's a lot of really specific builds you can do. Like if you want to be the melee guy, you can be the melee guy more than ever before, right? And it's I think we're gonna see some really crazy stuff.
Are the current systems for ability regen multiplicative or additive? That's a fucking spider. That's a spider question.
Seeing some of these different lanes, we actually have.
No,
three
it's not a
units
bungee trip. It's something else. Believe me, if I was they never fly you to Bungie over the weekend because they're not making their people come in on the weekend. You know what I mean? Fuck, my nose itches. My nose itches, bro.
coming with the Edge of Fate. Each class is going to get one new exotic. Each embrace a different sort of vibe or theme. And yeah, you can see them on screen. I think first we're going to start with the Warlock. Exotic and
Oh, this fucking... Why did they not mirror this, bro? Make the Titan... Just mirror that image. These exotics are so good. They're just like... I think there's room to make them better, but in terms of like specifically the Hellion one, I think you could make a bit better. The fucking Titan one is incredible. It's just so much fun. Mora, which is the Hunter one, is going to be very good. The Hellion one, I think there's going to be tech, but I think there's room to make it a bit better.
Oh, you have all the details.
Sure. Yeah, so first we have Eunoia, which is Warlock Exotic themed around the Hellion aspect. What this does is after your Hellion fires, after a certain amount of time, the projectile is going to shatter into a bunch of submunitions that will like seek nearby units and scorch them. And so it kind of like adds a little bit of like skill play to something that was kind of more of a passive aspect in the past.
Yeah, and I think in the shooting range we can
Oh
see,
no,
like,
all the additional ones are missing, bro. Look at it, explosion. It just fucking misses.
Yeah, and I think in the shooting range we can see like it can be both a
Can you watch a video on stream about the Titan Exotic? Sure.
single target or a group sort of ad clear exotic, right?
Yeah. It can kind of serve multiple roles, just kind of like a amping up.
I thought that said based Solar Titan, and then they're just getting their ass fucking kicked, bro. I was like, what? Yo, N1, thank you so much for the sub. Appreciate you. Edge of Fate Titans. That's fucking good. That's fucking good. Anyways, that exotic's fucking huge.
Something that was like a trusty old tool to be something a little more that you have to like manually aim.
Yeah. I think it does more ignition stuff too, or higher scorch stacks or something. I think that's where it's gonna be good. I definitely think this one could use a buff.
You can like, because it like splits in mid-flight, you can kind of like
Or
control
it wouldn't
the
hurt
spacing
from
to, like,
a buff,
control the
obviously.
grouping
I don't
of
think
it.
it.
If you want
I
to
think
pick
there's
one
room.
target, you know,
You
if
see
have
them?
the
Some
right
of them
window,
are like
it'll
fucking
fly,
tracking like
and they'll-
crazy
they'll,
though.
like, burst way earlier than before. Or if you like get way back, you can just blanket a region.
Love it. Yeah, and we can see on the screen too, like some of the looks of the exotic and the Hellion have changed.
Yeah, so like while you're using the exotic, the Hellion
Bro, their
itself,
cooldown is fucked on this. What is it?
the-
How many seconds is that? Like,
yeah, so
And we can see on the screen too, like some of the looks of the
1,
exotic and the Hellion have
2,
changed.
yeah,
3,
so like while you're using
4,
the exotic,
5,
the Hellion itself,
6,
like the
7,
solar buddy,
7-ish seconds. Jesus.
will have the same X that the gauntlets do. So it's like a
Now
nice-
imagine in PvP, right? Some fucker is running 200 class ability. They get their Phoenix dive every 7 seconds, bro. And that not only gives them health and gives them an evade, but it gives them 40 overshield. Tell me that shit's not gonna be super fucking annoying. Everyone's like, oh no, 6% extra weapon damage. No, fuck the 6% extra weapon damage, bro. That is going to suck. This is going to be the worst thing to play against.
nice little nod to like match the exotic.
Love it.
This thing looks so metal. I'm like so about having that big gas canister on my arm. Having that like flamethrower warlock arm is so cool. I may have to start switching play warlock.
Fucking hunter dodges every 4 seconds, giving him health back, giving him 40 overshield. Oh my god. Nice 6% extra damage on your auto rifle, nerd. You're just gonna get shit on, but some guy's gonna have 4 times as much health as you. Over the door, you're gonna be gunfighting. And then like you're gonna fucking like die 10 times. Fuck.
Next up, I believe we have Hunter on docket.
Yeah, so the Hunter exotic is Mora,
Morai.
which is a strand-themed exotic that's about your threaded spike and tangles, where you can basically like yo-yo a tangle from out in the field back in your hand and then throw it again. So the way this works is if you have a tangle out in the field, you
It's 10 overshield in PvP at 200 class. Wait, when I played it, the stats were not different for PvP. Did they? Where did you see that? Where did you see that? Because when I played that, there definitely was not a differentiated stat for PvE and PvP. I don't think. Did I fucking... In the 6.5 TWAP? Oh, did they change it? Oh my god. If they changed it, I'm taking credit for that because I crashed out in real time at Bungie. So, if they changed it, you're fucking welcome, okay? Destiny community, I just saved your asses from the worst fucking meta of all time. You're fucking welcome. We're in the 6.5 TWAB. Oh. Class. 0 to 10 in PvP. Thank fucking God, bro. You're welcome. You're so goddamn welcome. It's not even fucking funny. Raya, thank you so much for that find. Appreciate you.
Throw your Strand Hunter melee.
Yo, Glitch, what's up?
It'll pop the tangle and then bring one back to you that if you catch the spike, you'll get another tangle.
This shit's gonna be really good.
A tangle,
and like,
which works really well with a lot of
like
Hunter aspects, like
activities where there's just a fucked
Maelstrom
amount of enemies.
and,
this is gonna be really, this is gonna be really good.
The existing tie-in with like grappling to a tangle.
Oh
so
boy,
you get like even more mobility and a lot of like ad clear potential.
If you spec into this in melee, you are gonna have just a disgusting amount of
will
Beyblades at the same time.
More energy.
Yo, Shield,
when you
what's
catch
up?
it As well. So like even if you don't hit anything or you don't grab a tangle, so it helps you keep.
Also, it's a Strand artifact next season.
See the
So
Strand energy attached to the threaded spike. So if you grab that, I love how we're rewarding that. Like,
and if you, how does this work? If you shoot one, does it become it too? So they could have 3 Beyblades up right here.
perfect grab.
Yeah.
I can already hear people yelling "spin to win" as they're spamming these things, right?
Yeah, I mean you can have 3 Beyblades out in the field at any time.
I just said that.
Essentially, it's
And
disgusting.
You're, like, zipping between the tangles with grapple. It's cool as hell.
Yeah. It's very strong. It's also going to be very strong with this artifact upcoming, which we'll talk about.
Bro,
but,
they're stealing everything I'm saying.
Another cool tidbit about this is it will the threaded spike will bounce to the tangle from enemies as well. So
nice.
The one thing he's not saying is, I believe I did this in my gameplay, where if you throw your threaded spike and it kills something, it makes a tangle. It will continue to bounce around, and then that same threaded spike will come and hit that same tangle. So one threaded spike can make a tangle and detonate it and give you a tangle. Fucking sick.
it's something that has a lot of easy use and really
I forgot to
rewards
mention no one likes hunters,
skill at the
bro.
same time.
You better be careful
I think
on Twitter.
before we move on to Titans, and sorry Titans, we'll get to you in
That's a crazy statement to say, lad. 0% usage? What?
a second. Really cool exotic. I do want to talk about Gambler's Dodge. In the last TWID, we talked about a bunch of abilities changes, exotic tuning, that kind of stuff. And we saw some chatter around Gambler's Dodge.
Yo, Hammy! Thank you for the 10 gifted. Appreciate you. Hey, if you got a gifted membership from Hammy, please make sure to thank them. Thank you so much. And if you're on the Twitch side, once again, we're only like, I think 40 or so subs away from the super sub thing. So if you have a Prime or whatever on the Twitch side, please make sure to use it and we'll get the better split so Twitch doesn't take more of your money.
Updated and reworked, right?
Yeah, we have reworked Gambler's Dodge.
Gambler's Dodge, avoiding combat generating melee ability. This energy gain is scaled by your melee stat. Yeah, that makes sense. That's what Max thought. What is this? What does he
Took
say?
abilities changes, exotic tuning, that kind of stuff. And we saw some chatter around Gambler's Dodge. It was updated and reworked, right?
Yeah, we have reworked Gambler's Dodge. So it's the energy you get when you dodge. It now scales on your melee stat, but you no longer have to dodge near enemies to get that energy. So I can dodge anywhere in the game. I don't have to worry about this invisible circle that's around me to know if I'm close enough.
All right. Knee-jerk reaction before I think through things. That's kind of nice, because there are definitely times where I'm like on Arc Hunter, and I'm just like melee, dodge, melee, dodge, melee, dodge. And then I kill everything, but I forget I killed everything, and then I dodge, and then I'm just fucked. So that's pretty nice. It does scale off the melee stat, which means you have to have at least 70 melee. But that's fine. Well, it means you have to have 70 melee and class to do that combo, right? Because the melee gives you back class. class or the dodge gives you melee. So you have to build into melee and class ability if you're doing that.
It is going to feel more consistent. If I build into melee, it's going to feel more powerful. There's also, Taylor, you were talking about the multiple charges, right?
So if you, like our bar for a lot of this stuff is if you are at 70 stat.
That, I'm interested to see how that plays, because I don't think it'll be hard. Even if you spec 200 into melee, I don't think it'll be hard to get 70 class as well. I would not spec into class. But if you get 200 melee, 70 class, I mean, you're just going to be doing fucked damage. Just uber fucked damage.
You'll get the full refund like you used to. But if you go beyond that, you actually get a little bit more, which most of the time doesn't matter. But like if you're using like a Fiddy Spade or any of the multi-melee things or Stasis Shurikens, it'll go up to like 1 1/3 charges. So you can keep that going even better if you're fully invested in melee. So you have like more reasons like to invest in it. If you want more melees, you want them to be more damaging, then you just go all in on that, and it will still do
like
stuff.
just so many shurikens, just an embarrassment of shurikens,
Which is great. Like
Freeze everything in front of you.
exactly.
yeah,
So, and then I won't be bothering you and saying, "Don't kill this thing. Let me do my dodge."
Yeah,
anytime.
you can just do it wherever you want.
So yeah, let's go on to Titans. So this one thematically, I think, for me at least, I'm just like, you're a
This
forge
is the best one.
Yeah. So this is Melis Panoplia, which is an exotic.
Hard name to say. As we get deeper into Destiny, the names get a little. Yeah, but go ahead.
It's it's an exotic themed around something that people have been asking for a long time, which is kind of the fantasy of Thor's hammer. Of I want to be able to pull my hammer back to me after I throw it. So there's like a little minigame loop here where you get a fire sprite and you pick it up.
Where is font of class ability on your? Because you, so this is another thing I'm thinking. So you have to have 25 in a stat. You have to. If you masterwork a piece of armor, every piece of armor, you will have 25 in a stat. So what if you have 25 in class ability and then you just run a font of class and then you run firepower? So every time you kill something with your melee, that will give you 55 class. So let's say even if you can only get to like 40 class and then plus the font, that's actually all you should need.
Then
I think there will be ways around it.
A buff that.
Scare question, where is this? It's the hangar. Is this a replacement, an extra room or node to the tower? It's an extra node. I think it's supposed to be where you kill. Like, I think this is the end of 0 hour is where it's supposed
lets
to be.
you pull the hammer back to you, and if you pull the hammer back with good timing, it'll explode and
I'm pretty sure.
like solar shrapnel and hit stuff for like extra damage on the way back. Kind of like how hammer saw works, and I think the hammer also will
It looks so
damage
fucking
things
good, man.
on the return
It
trip
feels
too,
so
If
good.
you position yourself well, you can actually like send it back through guys.
Line 'em up.
Back,
Yeah.
Yeah, we've wanted to do this for a long time, but it's been kind of a scary,
complicated.
Yeah, it's hard to balance this sort of thing where it's like it returns all your energy, but it also you can pull it back to you at any time. So Alex, our designer, really knocked it out of the park as far as
Melee builds with
the
this are going to be so
balance
fucking
and
good.
the activator.
I'm telling you.
and the
Performance.
Yeah,
So it's technically the old
performance.
tower?
Talking about the
Yeah, I
animation,
think so.
right,
Yeah.
Before this.
I love the performance on this thing. We've got like this beat where it's like all this magnetic like handshaking. It feels so good. We actually did like a new tech thing on this where if you're like looking off to the side, we kind of move the player's hand a little bit, so you're like still kind of actually pulling the hammer. And that's like the first time we've done that with like a world object, and it's very cool. It feels really good.
Awesome.
It's super satisfying.
Yeah, I think so. We're going to be getting into some more gameplay and an actual activity
So
in a
good.
minute, but before
So
we go,
good.
I do want to ask for stats.
Tier 5 armor, 75 stats plus a max of 18 stat points in your lowest 3 stats if you fully masterwork. That's an average of 77.5 stat before font center mods. Yeah, I don't think it'll be hard to get. I think you will actually have to try to not hit 70 in a stat versus it being hard to hit 70 in a stat. But like health, for instance, I'm going to try at all costs to have 25 health. You know what I mean? And then there are stats I'm going to try to have right at 70.
Actually, two things.
So,
with
that's
your
kinda how I'm
exotics, there
approaching
are going to be gear bonuses that you can build on top of, correct? And that's a new Armor 3.0 feature.
Yeah, so gear bonuses when a new armor set drops. If you have 2 or more pieces from that armor set, you will get an additional perk. If you have 4 or more pieces from that armor set, you will get another perk on top of that. So I could take
old armor can't go up to 11.
pieces from one
Only
set, 2 pieces from
only
another
tier 5
set, and then
armor
an
gets 11
exotic.
energy.
And I have like more perks than I've ever had before on my Guardian, and it's really enables you to expand your build crafting in new ways.
Yeah, I think we have an example of this in the build right now.
I don't think this person's
Gameplay
activating
specialist
perfect
could
slag
inspect an
on any
armor
of this.
piece.
I haven't really noticed it.
You can see, here's some of the destination armor bonuses that you can get.
Yeah, so at 2
I'm really
pieces, we have
interested in
Force
the speed
Converter.
booster
At 4
perk.
pieces, we have a reactive booster. And sorry, go for it, Vivian.
Okay, I was just gonna say, like, so yeah, these are unique to the armor set itself. Something more than just like cosmetics that you might want out of these.
Gives you another reason to like go to a specific place and pursue a specific armor set besides just fashion. Although fashion is still very important.
What I personally will say is we saw 5 set bonuses, and the only one that I thought was like actually like good, like like really good, was the Bushido armor set, which is essentially gives you heal clip on like bow, shotgun, and something else.
Armor synthesis, what the
it's
looks
really
on
good.
these.
Yeah, and I mean, we also get to make perks that are like, I'm the this guy, you know, because you're investing so heavily in the force.
And sword,
piece
yes.
Perk. But what's really cool about
This will be
is,
nice
I
for
think
some
it's
very niche things. I imagine like speedrunners might use this potentially, but
be very cool at live when we like launch. But I think in like 2, you know,
maybe some
releases
mountaintop tech, final below, sprint for a short time to get a speed booster. So maybe like sticky nade mountaintop, where you can like fucking just fling your. I don't.
Or whatever.
Bushido's
Just a
like the
little
only
bit
one
in
I'm
the
really
future,
interested
we're gonna
in.
see people go like, hey,
We did
remember
not see
that
the raid
armor
set.
Yeah.
that I, you know, that
Mixing
I got.
like something from 2 seasons ago.
Right,
with
the
now.
2-piece perk from Kepler is really cool with whatever.
I'm glad you liked that, Jay.
And we're really excited about that.
Yeah, and then the second piece of this is going to be for the stats rework. Some of the fragments are going to be reworked as well to adopt new stats or change, right?
Yeah, so fragments still can adjust your stats up or down depending on your build. And some of these, you know, because we've deprecated some of our perks, or stats rather, some of these are new. Like we're going to have, you know, some of these will have weapon stat, which never have happened before, which just opens up new build crafting avenues.
Yo, Connor, thank you for the super chat. Can you make an Excel sheet available to download, please? Yeah, I can make that happen. Give me time to cook. I can make that happen though.
And see how this lands, how the dust settles for all of the stat stuff before we go in and adjust these further. But yeah, I think players have a lot of different ways to.
The heal clip portion works on any
build up
weapon
their
after
stats
reload. It's a
and
damage resistant part that
become
uses weapons.
the
Yeah.
grenade master,
That's
the
right.
weapon master, and whatever they.
That's going to be a
So,
good
quick
set
shout
for
out,
day one now.
Dark Slifer, Childish CG, and Snivyland for those last 2 questions. They actually asked them ahead of time. Feel free to keep dropping questions in chat. I'm glancing down here every so often.
Did DMG ask any of my
now
questions?
It is time to move on, and let's talk about some new stuff. Vivian, you have been very excited about a new weapon archetype that is coming with the Edge of Fate.
I sure am.
Yo,
for
Rob, what's
centuries,
up?
Humanity has wondered, like, what would a legendary bow look like in the heavy slot? And today I have your answer. For Edge of Fate, we are building a crossbow. It plays like a new.
I am so happy they didn't show us this. By the way, same aesthetic as the auto that we thought was the raid auto.
Archetype, but it is technically a bow for the purposes of, you know, like, it's gonna fill all your bounties, that kind of stuff. Now, so when we went to go make this, we knew it was like, it was a very cool fantasy, right? We want the feeling
Rob.
of like really drawing it back and it hitting a single target and doing a ton of damage. But we do have linear fusion rifles, right? And that's always the question, is like, what does this do that's different? What's the fun gameplay here? And we settled on, well, you know,
Yeah,
when
her
you
energy
shoot
is
that
awesome.
big heavy bolt and it hits your target.
Honestly, Vivian Allison podcast. I'd fucking listen to that. Just about how much they love their jobs.
You can just go pick
That
it
would be
back up.
so sick.
So this thing theoretically is a heavy weapon with unlimited ammo. You can use the
Wait,
same
what the
bolt for-
fuck? What did I miss?
It's the fun gameplay here. And we settled on, well, you know, when you shoot that big heavy bolt and it hits your target, you can just go pick it back up. So this thing
Wait, what?
theoretically is a heavy weapon with unlimited ammo. You can use the same bolt for an entire nightfall if you want. I would love to see someone do that. Go clear a dungeon without ever using anything else or whatever, you know? It's very cool. You
Wait,
have to put
so if
yourself-
I'm like barrel stuffing a boss, can I just like just like that?
in danger, you have to go grab it, but it's just such a satisfying loop to just like pull it out of some, you know, dead hive, just put it in the rail, pull it back, use the same bolt to shoot someone else. It's great.
I saw in.
I need to see this now. Do they show gameplay?
PvP playtest. I saw someone run the entire map with a
Yeah.
single bolt.
Yeah.
And they just kept it alive for minutes on end. It was
That was me. I'm sorry.
I can hear the PvP mans like when you said infinite heavy ammo, they're like,
Oh, no.
excuse
Oh, no.
me,
Yeah,
but it's like you gotta go.
You
pick
gotta
that
go
thing up.
get it. Yeah. So it's not free, but
And
it is very potent.
Wait, it works in
In
PvP?
PvP, you only get the one. You gotta get the headshot,
Yeah.
and it's very funny. It ends up being like this game of like keep away, where you're like, we cannot let Taylor get near this thing.
Okay. If you're using a crossbow, you have to be able to pick up someone else's crossbow bolt.
So as we're going into this activity, we'll get some gameplay footage. This is a good example of the portal system that we'll be talking about next week on July 1st. Make
Oh,
sure
I'm
to
excited for that. Once again, I really love the idea of returning activities, giving us a diversity of things to farm, especially because the loot focus and the amount of loot that you get from activities every day changes every day. So it's like today you'll want to run Savathun Spire. Tomorrow you'll want to run Whisper. The day after that you'll want to run Solo Ops. So it gives you like a really fresh thing to do every day, and that's awesome. Still very worried that they're not talking about any new activities though.
tune in. But we're going to be taking some content from just the history of Destiny, and it will be in the portal to go in and play. Power progression, we'll be talking about that next week, so stay tuned for that. Vivian, back to the heavy crossbow though. You were talking about.
Why do you like the idea, not new activities? What the fuck did I just say? What the fuck did I just say? Watch and make it a weekly thing? No, it's daily. It's daily for sure. They told us. The fuck did I just say? No new strike? We don't know. We don't know. They have not talked about a strike. They have not talked about a destination activity. They have not talked about a seasonal activity. We don't know. So on top of those things, I like returning activities as well. It makes me worried they haven't talked about those things. I don't think returning activities are a good replacement for new activities. I think they are a good supplement. So I'm not just farming fucking Onslaught Salvation every day for 3 months, or I'm not just farming the Echoes one, Escalation Protocol, but the Vex one. What the fuck was that called? Encore, but 2 before that. So I'm not just farming Nether every day. It is good to spice up. This is Breach Executable. Thank you very much, Rob. This is the kind of best version of, okay, I'm done with my seasonal grind. Now I'll go grind strikes. But instead of fucking lame-ass fucking strikes, every day I'm grinding another activity. Sometimes it's strikes. Sometimes it's solo ops. Sometimes it's Savathun Spire. Sometimes it's coil. That's cool. Diversity of day-to-day gameplay that you are incentivized to go play due to, like I said, daily changing rewards. That's sick. That's sick. Of course, but having more old activities than new is absolutely boring as fuck. Dog, this game's fucking 10 years old. They're not gonna drop 12 new activities. What? I'm losing my mind. It's like, Destiny is the only fucking community in the world where you're like, okay, you can have one new activity, or you can have one new activity and 5 returning activities, and everyone's like, I'll just take the one new activity. It's like, what the fuck are we doing here, bro? Anyways, that's where I am. That's where I am. You guys are gonna make me pop off like that, oh?
Legendary, so that means random rolls.
Yeah.
Oh, when's is it 24/27? The thing that Milo saw?
Yes, yeah. So we had a really fun opportunity when we were making this where we go to the talent grid and, we always want to make stuff kind of like new and different. And we got to the talent grid and we were like,
If we could get some more OG ones like Splicer and Lost activities, they, like, the vibe that I got is they want to return more and more. So, for instance, they told us, I don't remember if it's with Fire or Ash and Iron or whatever the fuck, the 3-month update, or if it's with Renegades, but Wrathborn hunts are coming back. So it's like the idea is every 3 or 6 months or whatever. Like when they update this, that's what's so fucking cool as well, man. That's what's so cool. This is another thing. So not only does it rotate daily, but then every 3 or 6 months or whatever, they'll take fucking activities from the portal and they'll put other ones in. And so we have this constant, yes, I know it's, yes, we'll get new activities as well. I fucking know, calm down. But it's cool, the fact that, like, okay, fuck, man, maybe Override isn't gone forever. And in 3 months, we'll get Override back. You know what I mean? That's cool. Diversity of gameplay. Yes. Yes. Maybe 3 months, deep dives come back. You know what I mean? That's cool. That's cool. And I'm not going to apologize. Oh, Screebane. Well, mini Screebs. They're so cute, bro. That's awesome, sweetie. No, not Expeditions. Fuck no. If they bring back Expeditions, I'm going to crash out. I'll take Catch Crash.
like, this thing does not have a magazine. We cannot put magazines on this, right? And it gave us
Wait, that's not... Bruh, this hive is spawning Screeb? Because it's a Screeber? Wait.
the opportunity. Opportunity to like really go.
Do you think Haunted Leviathan counts as activity? Probably not.
What would like a different magazine?
Didn't you say Catch Crash was bad? Catch Crash is fine. Like, all of those Menagerie lights are like, whatever. I don't really care for them.
Plug system look like? And so what we ended up going for is like, we have bolt types. And the bolt types, instead of just being stats, they're going to alter the way the bolt actually behaves out in the world.
Yeah.
So we've got, one of them is like explosive bolt, where it's gonna put in a target, it'll like beep, 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 and it'll just explode. Kind of like a grenade launcher. And then we have, my personal favorite is that we have serrated bolts. I remembered to say the shipping name this time.
Oh, you can say, yeah.
used
If
to
it
be
doesn't have
tactical.
3 names, it's not real game dev.
I
Wait, used to be
never
called
know
what?
when things go live. I never know. I'm like,
Yeah. It doesn't have 3 names.
I remembered to say the shipping name this time.
Oh, you can say, yeah.
used
If
to
it
be
doesn't have
tactical.
3 names, it's not real game dev.
I don't know what she's
I never
saying.
know when things
What
go
did
live.
what
I
did it used to be called?
never know. I'm like,
Yeah.
oh, you guys know better than I do
But
the
yeah,
names.
go ahead.
But yeah, so we have serrated bolts, and you can put like the bolt in a target with serrated bolts, and you can normally draw them back out of living targets, but if you have serrated bolts, they're gonna deal damage on the exit too.
Oh,
so
that's okay. Come on, that's sick. That's fucking sick.
Satisfying to like land the final hit with the pull, and you just pull back your bolts and you get them, and they just go flying.
I'll take
It's
that
great.
back. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
When you first brought this up,
okay. Like, come on. I don't know what the utility, like the feasibility of that being really good is, but just the idea is really fucking cool. That's so cool. Like I said, like there might be a reality where a legitimate boss fucking strat is like just barrel stuffing the boss. Just like, oh.
So metal.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
yeah. Gimme.
It's something.
Really quick, just on the topic of ammo.
That's awesome.
There are new ammo meters. Bjorn, we were going to talk about this in the firing range, shooting range. But we actually have some live gameplay where we can see these meters working out. Can you talk us through? What
Did they shrink them, by the way?
That kind of stuff?
I think they used to go across the whole thing.
Pretty big shakeup in the way
Maybe not.
the
Maybe I
ammo
made that up.
works in the game. Where in the past it wasn't really anything that you had too much control over, but now it is something that you have like a lot of control over and a lot.
Oh, there's the
of
orb thing.
build
Sorry.
hooks
Oh, this.
To
Oh.
optimize or like make your own.
Hmm.
And it almost like kind of works like an ability.
Do they run over it?
Or like a super does now. Where it lives in your
Did
weapon
they get
tray. You
anything
can see
for it?
there below the weapons. On kills and assists with anything that'll tick up, and then when you hit full, the next kill will drop you a brick of that type. So there's a lot
like
of
Season of
things
the Witch
you can
elemental
do now
orbs.
that you can build into to like have a lot more control over the pacing of when you're getting that.
Sweet.
And like on kills and assists with anything that'll tick up.
Sometimes he throws
and
one?
then
Oh, really?
when you
It's
hit
gotta be a
full, the
17
next
Spire
kill
thing
will
then.
drop you a brick of that type. So there's a lot of things you can do now that you can build into to
I want an exotic
like, have a
crossbow,
lot more
but like a
control
heavy
over
one.
the pacing of
Not
when you're getting that.
Sweet.
buried bloodline.
And like there's a bunch of armor mods that exist now that like pretty much all the things that used to be finders or inventory now fit into ammo generation, which is like a new weapon stat. So players have a lot of
Scouts are
different
gone.
ways to kind of build around that, depending on like if you have a really ammo hungry special weapon, then you have some options now. to
Kind of hoping they'll
actually
take this
make that
opportunity to bring
easier
back
to
some of the old
feed.
Destiny 2 strikes.
We'll
I
be
fucking
talking
hope
about
so.
this
I
in
need
depth
Will
in a
1000s
future
back.
Twitter blog, so stay tuned for that, especially PvP heads. I've already seen conversation from our content creator videos going out. But before we get out of combat, I do want to talk about, alongside the new weapon archetype of the crossbow,
I don't think
we have
scouts are
some
gone.
new weapon frames coming to the game.
Yeah, we do.
Yeah. So let's start with the hand cannon.
All right, yeah. So we have the spread shot hand cannon. It's like a big, chunky, beefy hand cannon
we get to use
that
the trials one?
fires
I don't
shotgun
remember.
pellets. Very close range, but hard hitting. 2-tap PvP.
Thank you, Green Boy.
I'm a little afraid of that, but
But
I'm
it's
sure it'll
close
be
range,
great.
right?
Yeah,
Like-
it's
Ooh,
very limited.
I like the
It's
bubbles.
like a sidearm, like big punchy sidearm, but like even less range
I don't think we
than a
got to
sidearm.
use that.
But like less precision reliant.
This thing has become my baby in
Yeah,
PvP. I love this
Show me
thing.
It's-
what that. Oh, is this alacrity? That's not alacrity, is it? Is this a new origin trait? What does Trials' origin trait currently look like? Yeah, it is currently alacrity. So that's a new symbol.
Pretty great.
It's kind of like having like a sawed-off
Yeah.
that's like a primary ammo, and it is just
So I'm gonna be real. I didn't play PvP while I was there. In PvE, this thing like the drop off was like that, and it was like 20 feet. So I think it'll be a lot better in PvP.
good if you play aggressive or you use like other abilities to hit people.
It's
or
really
just
good
want
as like a
people.
mixer in between other stuff.
Right,
Or
and
I
that's
wonder if they
exactly
show
how I play.
the
So I love
very
this thing.
aggressive drop off.
Second, so shout out to Sammy Cat, resident
Primary
bow
mill,
lover.
1-2
She does
punch, yeah.
full solo dungeons, HUD off, bows only. We have a new bow frame that's going to be coming.
Yeah, so we made a longbow, which is like a big, heavy war bow.
It's a bow. I was on Destiny Digest, and Sammy asked me. She was like, "What'd you think of the bow?" And I was like, "Sammy, I'm gonna be real. Catch me dead using a bow."
Even slower draw than precisions, but more damage.
It's like you're very unlikely to see me using a primary in PvE. You will never, unless it was it's like a low man challenge where Trinity is goated, or it was that one time Wish Ender was busted. You will fucking never catch me using a bow in PvE, bro.
Has intrinsic overpenetration. So if you line up a bunch of Thrall and you like hip fire a full draw,
Literally
it'll
not
just go
happening.
straight through all of them with one shot.
I love that our damage numbers have been squished a little bit. So they actually mean
little
something
bit.
now. Because if you look at how much damage this bow is doing compared to like each one of those pellets in the hand cannon.
Yeah.
Like when like in the live game where it's like I did 20,000 damage with that shot. I was like,
Yeah,
the
it's hard to
numbers-
compare.
Yeah, start to be
Right.
meaningless. But for me,
I'm a bow
it's
hater.
changed
I don't know.
much.
Like, they're
I can't
fine.
overstate, like how. Yeah, how much has changed in how this game
Luminarch
is-
plus Storm's
is,
Keep.
I guess.
Oh yeah. Sorry. I forgot bows are literally fucked this season. It was specifically Monarch. Yes, Monarch gets an exception to that. The only reason Monarch gets an exception to that is because you're not really using Monarch, you're using Bolt Charge. So as far as I'm concerned, that's an ability build, okay?
Yeah, and a lot of those changes are like they go hand in hand, right? Like
I forgot.
changing the stats.
I forgot.
Making new builds
Good point.
possible.
Good call
A
out.
lot of these changes
Good
are,
call out,
like,
Matthew.
They're all going to kind of combine to create something new.
Yeah. Did you see that front shielded ogre? With
boy.
we have a new. We'll talk about this next week.
Yeah.
Yo,
But
Buttress
the
of Windsor,
new
thank you for the
banes,
prime.
are
Rewind.
Incredible.
What did I miss?
Like they go hand in hand, right? Like us changing the stats around,
Says what? All right, one second.
Just changed so much, and I can't overstate like how. Yeah, how much has changed in how this game is I guess evolving. Right?
Yeah, and a lot of those changes are like they go hand in hand, right? Like us changing the stats around, us making new builds possible. A lot of these changes are all like they're all going to kind of combine to create something new.
Yeah. Did you see that front shielded ogre? With
What did Eric talk
we
about?
have a new. We'll talk about this next week.
Yeah.
But the new Banes are incredible. I'm very excited for players.
Oh boy, yeah.
to play with
New
them.
banes, new modifiers, all that kind of stuff. And then the final weapon we got on tap is going to be a special weapon, another burst, shoots explosives.
Yeah.
Let's talk about it.
Oh, I see.
I know a lot of people are big fans of rocket assisted
Wait, I
sidearm.
don't. Did we use this shit? We definitely used a rocket pulse. It may have been this one because I think it was Strand. I don't remember it looking this fucking cool though.
Now we have a
Okay, rocket assisted. This is another one because he uses special ammo, and I was like, okay. Yeah, and they imported our accounts, so I was like, okay, I can either use this or I can use Tenacious. So like,
rocket assisted frame pulse rifle. So that's fits
you know what I mean?
a
Like,
similar role, but a little bit different.
cool, like awesome, I guess, but Tenacious though.
It's a little more ammo hungry than the sidearms. It got a bit more range and hits a bit harder. So it kind of fits in between like a fusion rifle and a sniper rifle. Also kind of fires a little bit differently than pulse rifles, which is interesting just because like all of
There
our
might
pulse
be a
rifles
meta
have,
for
like,
this,
different
though,
burst delay,
at some
but
point.
when you're firing each pulse, they all have like the same rate of fire. So this, instead of being like the brr, it's like a bop bop bop. So it feels heavier and it's firing these like big, slower projectiles. So it feels chunkier.
Thank you for doing a Dave Samuel
Yes.
impression there.
I aspire
You
to
like that,
greatness.
Clean?
Yeah.
This thing is like real cool. It's real heavy, but it's also like like we said, it's like pretty ammo hungry. One of the cool things about 900 is like we have the ammo stat. You can build into that. You can eliminate.
I love when Bungie uses dev names. They're like, no one knows what the fuck 900 is. They kept calling Marathon G30. Holy fuck. God damn it. We need to get you like a buzzer or a bell like Shadow has or something. Especially when I'm wearing a headset, I'm locked in. You scare the shit out of me.
That's a great greet. I love you too.
I love you too. Did you get wings? Fuck yeah! Wings for dinner, boys! She's the best.
Eliminate that downside, and now you can see it working.
Yeah, same for the longbow too. Like there were some.
There will probably be an instance where this is like, I mean, okay, let me be fair and honest, okay? When Indebted Kindness first came out, okay, I was kind of a hater. I mean, I wasn't like, I'm like a certified bow hater, and I'm like pretty close with glaives. Like, glaives are fine, whatever. I just didn't get it. I wasn't like a hater, I guess, for rocket sidearms. I just didn't get it. And then the double primary or the double special heavy ammo thing happened, and I was like, oh. Tell me more. And then now all I use is rocket sidearms. So even though that kind of got nerfed, So I'm a hard person to convince to use new weapons, and especially new weapon archetypes. I'm not gonna, like, you guys know me. I got 50,000 kills on Sunshot. I've got 100,000 kills on Forbearance. You guys know I find something I like and I stick to it. Okay. I just have to be wowed. I have to be wooed. So I'm interested to see what this is. But we'll see. We'll see. We'll see.
Random rolls that you can go in, less than the draw time. Like, sure, it's still going to be a little bit slow fiery, heavy hitting, but there's a bunch of ways that you can build craft and tune these things to feel good for your players.
Hell yeah.
Like one
Hell yeah,
for
Phoenix.
things that care about hitting multiple targets.
Yeah, right. So as we're going through this transition, we actually have a bunch more to cover, and gear tiering has been top of mind for a lot of players ever since our reveal stream. So Eric, I'd love to dive in and just revisit what
you just need to use more variety, which is one of the reasons I'm not. Well, A, I've been using a lot more variety recently. And B, one of the reasons I'm being so yeah. I'm just accepting all of these changes. These huge system changes, because believe me, I want to be enticed to use new things. Okay? Do you think I want to be like this? You're out of your fucking mind. Why would anyone want to be like this?
high-level vision statement for gear tiering and how we're getting players reinvested in some of that.
Yeah, so gear tiering enables players to look at a piece of gear at a glance and like understand how powerful it is. So you can see those kind of 5 icons or 5 little dots there. This is a 5th tier armor piece we're looking at. And the stat package or the stat pool that each piece gives is going to depend on the tier. So you can see at tier 1, it's going to drop between 52 and 57 stat totals. And then at tier 5,
I'm not becoming the bow main.
guaranteed
I can promise you
75 stats plus stat tuning, which lets you kind of add some.
No, probably no
Shout out
Deco
to-
Whispers.
There were a bunch of folks that were asking, what are stat bands? Because in the game right now, it's what is low to a given player. Like 62 feels low, but an actual definition is like 58 or lower.
Yeah.
In the game now, we have UI that tells you exactly what are the stat bands for each of the tiers, so you know what you're looking for
Huge.
if you're trying to build a 200 or 150 or whatever you're looking
I
for.
think this is a great change. This is
go ahead.
the stat system and the tiers are probably my favorite part of Armor 3.0, and making it like very deliberate, making all your stats matter, and making it so actually doing harder content matters in such a big way. I think that is really cool. So I said this when I first reviewed the system. I still believe it, like, so it'll be easier than it is now to get like the basic splits you want. But if you want like that perfect armor, you want that investment grind, here you go. Love it. Love
that
it.
you did this, because this is the most common question I get in my clan that I answer, and I love that you could just go see
Tier 5 is guaranteed 75, yes.
it now.
Yeah, having information in the game is great. I think the biggest thing about this is that the
No. 75 plus the stat tuning. It's 75 flat. 75 is the top.
bands are a lot narrower. You have a much better expectation of what you're getting like before you even start the activity. So, like, I know a lot of people, like, you go into a master dungeon to farm some artifice armor, and you don't know if you're going to get like 55 or 70. Yeah, it's like a extremely
Love
wide
it.
range, but like that takes a lot of
Respect your time.
and effort.
If you're doing harder content, it tells you exactly what tier you're going to get, and you know exactly how many stats you're going to get within a couple range.
Get through. So now it's just like you're going into like the
Is getting to tier 5 actually going to be difficult? It'll be behind the grind.
toppest end difficulty thing to get tier 5s. You know exactly what you're getting.
Yeah.
So
and
it's significantly more likely that when you get your drop, it's going to be something valuable. It might not be valuable.
Do you think it's possible to be able to grind for at least tier 3 before the raid drops? I think tier 3 is the max you'll probably get before the raid drops. Just all the verbiage, they haven't like talked about it too much. They might here, I don't know, but all the verbiage they used with us, like max light is 450 at the halfway point of the season. They pretty much were like, unless you play like an obscene amount, you're not getting anywhere close to 450 is pretty much what they told us. And then I think 550 or 600 is the max for the second half. And they were pretty much like, most people will not consistently get tier 5s. If you get to where you can farm consistent tier 5s, it will probably take you most of the season to do so. So
your exact build, but it will be valuable. It'll be the stats.
The exotic stat score thing, I think they were still like working out, because we gave a lot of feedback like, hey, it's gonna feel really bad if you get an exotic and they cap it like 72 stats still. Like they should behave exactly like tier 5s if you're treating them like
Total
tier 5s.
That you want.
Yeah, Eric.
Yeah, and with the new portal system, which we'll talk about next week, you're gonna have a score goal that you want to hit to get that exact armor piece. And
I'm
it's
excited for the Portal
more,
stream.
More targeted.
Are there only
farming,
2
or more
streams? Is it just this and Portal? They should do a third one. I don't care what it's about. They should do a third one.
targeted? If I want to chase a
About
certain
activities.
thing, like I know what I have to do to get it, and when it drops, I know what it's going to give me as far as the total value, right?
Yeah.
And it's just much more clear and exciting. So.
And go ahead.
I really like, we're mousing over here, the armor archetype. We now like display what things are going to be high on it and what things are going to be low. And they're like a little further apart where things are going to be spikier now. And so like, if you want to really max out stats, you can just look for that.
What did they say you need to get for tier 5s to drop? So they start dropping at high Grandmaster. So if you're like light level, like you can start doing that at the end of mid-season. So I imagine you have to be like 425 or so plus. They're going to be inconsistent. And then you can consistently farm them when you can do the ultimate difficulty, which is at light level 500 and above. Scaro chat, suggestions on where to find people to fill the remaining slots of my day 1 team. I'm going to let chat answer that one. I don't fucking know.
Emblem, you'll know what your armor is kind of like gonna be good at.
Yeah, they showed off some 75 piece stat piece exotic armor at 11 energy, but no tuning slot. Yeah, someone was asking me about that on Twitter. I don't think exotics had tuning slots when we played. I could be wrong. I imagine what's probably happening is instead of the artifice slot that exotics get now, if you use a cipher on them, they'll probably just get an 11th energy slot instead. But we'll see.
It's like,
You can see that.
What is is that the recommended light level for the activity? It has the base light level that you have to be to run it, and then you add modifiers to increase that light level.
That like at the your main inventory level too. So you're just like mousing over like, oh, I just got a bunch of drops. What did I get? Cool. Is it gunner? Is it grenadier?
Right.
Well, I'm super excited for the whole rework with activities. They need to show that there's new content as well. Ooby dooby, I completely agree. I am, like I mentioned in my video, like I'm worried about the lack of focus on new content, on activities specifically. So
what is the thing that I want? You can use.
I hope we get at least something.
Rather than need to go all the way into.
Unless it's a spoiler, but then all they have to say is like, hey, post campaign, there's an activity.
And see like the exact stats.
And the last detail on tier 5 for
Why does
armor,
Solitsum look
we
different?
mentioned this in the reveal stream, but you can get to 11 energy for your armor, so it helps with build crafting. You can
That's
going to
be
be
huge.
Those armor mods slotted and that kind of stuff.
It goes to 11 now.
Yeah, right.
Crank it.
So
does
switching
better,
over to
yeah.
weapons, though, I would love to. We have
15% damage resistance is kind of crazy. Do you think it's even worth grinding out armor right now? If you're grinding out armor right now, there's new or armor that you grind out right now, in my opinion, will primarily be useful in the day 1 if not swap is not a thing. That will allow you to get like a 200 weapon build, a 200 like grenade or whatever build, a 200 super build, and that way during all the boss encounters of day 1, you can just swap, bam, bam, bam. That's the most use you're going to get out of it. I think not swap is probably going to be a thing in some capacity in day 1. And the reason I'm personally farming armor is for instance, like a super weapon build, because A, those are like not going to be easy stat splits to effectively get in the new armor system. It'll take a while. And B, I think it's very likely that there are going to be farms in the new system that are quick. So if you think like Templar farms or, things like that are short burst farms, like 30, 45 second farms, typically all you do is like super and then use weapon damage. And so I think that's where like illegal armor combinations are going to shine through the most. But most people aren't going to be doing, like, how many of you guys actually spoil farmed at Templar when that was a thing? Like, fucking no one did. You know what I mean? So I think it'll be a thing. Or like even like the farms for like Gatekeeper. That Gatekeeper's a little different because you're not really burning a boss. But, you know, gatekeeper farms, I probably would do like 200 weapons, 200 grenade builds, so I can freeze and kill easier, that sort of thing. So I think there are going to be specific combinations that are like, you know, interesting and useful. I think the only way they are useful on day one is if there's not swap.
Some examples of tier 1, tier 3, and tier 5 weapons.
Tier 5 armor also competes with this if you grind enough of it. Yeah, but once again, like, I'm talking like more short term, right? It's going to take you most of the season for us to get consistent tier 5 armor. So,
what is that progression looking like?
Yeah, similarly, when a weapon drops, I'm able to just glance at it and be like, oh, tier 1 weapon, it's going to have base stats.
It's shit. Get rid of it. Tier 1.
Perk pool there.
I spit on tier 1 gear.
3, we now have
tier 5 Guardian. Fuck that, dude. Whatever. I don't care. Tier 5 Guardians are chill now. Guardian rank. If I see you rocking tier 1 gear, you're fucking off the team, bud. I'm booting you straight from the Fire Team Finder. Goodbye. Fucking tier 1.
2 enhanced traits.
Trash.
We have some of our columns are going to have more perk options in them, and then tier 5.
You look like a 10U version of Moist Critical. My hair's nicer.
3. And then tier 5 is going to have even more. Like, look at the options here, and so much enhancement. And
we tier 4, you get the enhanced weapon mods too.
Right.
Yeah, kind of like how armor is like you have a much better understanding of like when I'm starting an activity, what is the expectation of the things I'm getting. This like the multi perk and the enhanced perks kind of work for that too. So the odds of you getting that like specific.
Wait, what the fuck is that? Is this a mod that heals you on kills? Do we think that's what did that? What is this mod? Why is there an enhanced mod, bro?
Or multi-god roll, if you're looking for like the combo PvP, PvE weapon.
Ammo gen mod? Oh. Okay. Okay. Are there tier 4? Yeah, there's tier 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 weapons.
Yeah, we're at
tier 4 weapons get enhanced mods. Oh my god, they do. Bro, this system's fucked. It's so complex. Too many yellow arrows! Is this a fucking Bizarro World Scaro thumbnail? What the fuck's happening here? Plus 10 ammo generation stat or plus 12 when enhanced. Okay.
A lot higher than like in past activities where you're just getting, okay, I'm gonna get 1 adept with 1 trait in each column.
Recuperation is sticking around as far as we know.
Like as we were hovering over those enhanced perks, they have additional things that they can do, whether it be stats or power for the perk. We're putting all of these details into the game so people know as they're getting into this depth, they can hover over these things, understand all the different stats.
Oh, is this where they show? Yeah. Wait. Where's where they show the fucking... Did they already show the mod?
It's where you're just getting, okay, I'm going to get 1 adept.
Or did they show where it says extra perk or whatever?
A lot of depth, like as we were hovering over those enhanced perks, they have additional things that they can
do. Did they already do that?
Stats or power for the perk.
Yeah, it provides an ammo benefit.
These details
numbers
so people know as they're getting into this depth, they can hover over these things, understand all the different stats. We'll of course have blog components. We'll have some guides that our players make, our creators make. We'll blast.
I really hope they have unique tier 5 skins for every expansion. So you might be referencing this, but we directly asked. I actually believe I was the one that initiated this. If you notice, I asked a lot of the good questions that people are not talking about. Whatever. I think I specifically asked. I was like, okay, is this the skin forever, or like what, you know? And yeah, right now, at least as far as we're aware, the current plan is like every tier 5 weapon in perpetuity will be blue. And I immediately like, why? It's like, no, I think I gave the example for like Renegade, you're going to the desert, so it was like it should be yellow. Just color shift it. You know what I mean? Is resilience useless now? Resilience doesn't exist anymore. No, what does enhanced incandescent say?
But we're hoping to bring more of these sorts of things into the game to make it easier to understand. So,
yeah, that said, if you have a great weapon drop that, you know, dropped this season or 5 seasons ago, if it's a good roll, it's a good roll. Like,
no, Reddit told me that's not true! Liar! No! No! But it doesn't get the 2% damage bonus! Ah!
You know, just because it doesn't necessarily adhere to the tiers.
What would you say it's a question you really want to answer to, but didn't get one? I think I jokingly asked if we were going to get Wrath of the Machine back.
System doesn't mean it is not equal or greater value in some
Yeah, there was this really funny reference that Mactix made, one of our creators, where he had this beautiful giant sword, and he's like, this is what I got today, and it has perfect rolls for a rocket launcher, et cetera, and here's my new tier 1 weapon that doesn't really have good perks. Like, what are you going to use?
Yeah.
So to answer the question, Shadow on Blue Sky was asking, are my weapons that I have right now or armor, like, is that going to be viable in high-end content? And the answer is, of course.
Liar! No, bro. Oh, man. Hold up. Dumb that down for me. Okay. I gave a good example, I think, in the video I just made before this stream, so you should go watch that. But essentially, the fucking weapons we have right now are so utterly fucking power crept, it is not funny. And unless they release something that is almost equally as busted, that 10% is not going to matter at all. Like, if you look at like a DPS chart for some of the shit we have, it is fucking crazy, bro. Like, even just something as simple as like Anarchy combined with Praedyths is fucked. So even if they release a new sniper rifle, it doesn't matter unless it has the same perk combo or better perk combo than Praedyths. It fucking, that 10%'s nothing. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. But you should also watch the video I put up after this stream. You should go back and watch it.
A couple things in here that add incentive to try out new things, but Vivian, you had
DMG clarified on Twitter. Let me the perks. There are like in another example I used in the video is like people don't optimize. Like none of you fuckers, maybe like 2 of you, maybe like Cole and Spider and Toes in chat are like the only people like uber optimized. Everyone else, like. If I just go through my friends list, like, have you fuckers using primary weapons, exotics that mismatch your fucking subclass or bad artifact mods, like, you all aren't optimized. Unless you're fucking sanguine swapping on every boss, do not talk to me about 6% less damage. Because you're not fucking doing it, and that's readily available in the game right now. You know what I mean? Like, come on. Let's not act like we're all uber optimized here, you know? I asked the team about the enhanced incandescent description. Long, short, we showed a bit of how we're pulling more stats, descriptors, and info into the game, but some things will still leave a bit for you to discover through gameplay. Provides unique perking. Boo! Bad change. Numbers. Please. Numbers. Specifics. Specifics. Percentages. Please. Boo. Bad. If it's like a hidden exotic trait that like some random exotic or like a weapon synergy, like, you know, this gun makes this exotic arm piece do something cool or whatever, that's fucking awesome. I like those being hidden. If it's in the stat description or in the perk description, just tell us what it does. Anyways.
It is a cherry on top, right?
Right. Yeah. And it's also like a way to, you know, in the past, sometimes like the best way to get your path to power was like to do a lot of something. But now if you like do really hard activities as well, you know, we're also just kind of rewarding you for the time there.
Yeah, so right at the
talk about feature gear stuff in relation to this.
Yeah, we will in a second, but I just wanted to touch on Ride of the Nine. Some folks were asking, like, what do these equate to in the tier system? And when you get an adept Ride of the Nine weapon, both of your columns are enhanced, all that kind of stuff. Like,
dude, they stole this straight from Destiny Rising, by the way.
It looks like a tier.
Oh.
Tier 3, it's going to feel like a tier 3 for a while, so there is a good handshake as you're going into Edge of Fate. But yeah, the last thing for tier 5 gear, I would like to show the cosmetic treatment that we've been doing.
Oh, the solar orb thing might be enhancing
this
incandescence.
in the reveal stream, but tier 5s have an awesome new shader treatment and also kill effects.
Yeah, so
the kill effect, I showed this in my video, was so aggressively mid. Like, you literally could not. And there's an engineer in the room with us, and I was like, "Is this working correctly?" And he was like, "Yeah, I think so." And I was like, "Okay, well, just like let me show you something." And I put on sweaty confetti, and I shot an enemy. I was like, "You see that?" He's like, "Yeah, I know sweaty confetti." I was like, "Yeah, fair enough, you know." And then I put on the new one, and I shot an enemy. I was like, "You see that?" And he's like, no, actually." I was like, "Yeah." Yeah. It's so mid. You can't even see it.
Weapons, they'll come with like fancy shader on it, and then something almost kind of similar to what we do with sweaty confetti. But
It's like a small blue ball. It needs to be like way amped.
Tier 5 variant.
Yeah, and you can see with gear tiering, it's kind of learning a bunch
I
of
hope they show
lessons
it.
through the years of Destiny. Like, kill effects are really cool. Players like this. Now we have a new slot for it. Players really like hollow foils as a chase in the game right now, and now we have tier 5s where you get sort of a hollow foil style treatment for it.
Yeah.
So
Another unfortunate thing is tier 5 holofoils do not have a unique interaction, and I also think that's a mistake.
It's been really cool to watch y'all develop this over time. But to your point, this actually is a good segue into the next section where we're talking about new and featured gear and our artifact. So, Eric, if you want to take the stage,
Sure.
What is new or featured gear?
Yeah, so our new gear, when we drop new weapons and armor for a season or for a release, that is going to get a bonus. It's going to be a little bit stronger than your other options. So on the armor side, you are going to get a damage resistance bonus per piece you have equipped, and that is, it kind of scales by gear tier. So if I have 5 tier 1 armor pieces,
I know, that's what I'm saying.
I'm gonna
Like 10%, like, how many of your guns don't have damage perks on them right now? You know what I mean? Like, don't talk to me.
have 5% damage resistance against, everything. But if I have 5 tier 5 gear pieces, I'm gonna have 15% damage versus everything. So I guess, yeah. So it is something that allows me to have a little bit of an edge. It's a very small amount. It's a min-max sort of situation where if I wanted to wear stuff that is not in the new gear pool, like I am not at a huge detriment.
Right.
But
Something that gives you like that little bit of edge to like inch out into like the highest tier stuff when you're like really need.
This literally only matters for 1% of people.
Just a little bit more health,
Bro, it's
or a
gonna
little bit
rain.
more damage.
Yeah, speaking of damage, so you can see that the max is actually 10%. This is a clarification. We invited some folks into the studio to look through all of this. The original number was 15%. It's actually 10% on your additional damage when you get all your tier.
I don't think I said a specific percent, so. What does holofoil do for these weapons? It does, like, you can either use the holofoil skin or you can use the tier 5 skin. How will the 10% affect Joe Blackburn's legacy? I always forget about that meme, and I should really tweet that out more. That's fucking banger.
Five weapons equipped. So again, cherry on top, where it kind of gives you that edge, and also it gives you a way, kind of like in earlier releases where you walk out into the tower and you're wearing all your raid gear. You're kind of like peacocking, as y'all have framed it. And now it's, oh hey, I have all tier 5 gear. This shows like
it's a problem because in the hardest content, 10% makes a difference. Think about day 1 caretaker. You are not getting tier 5 before the raid. Period. It is not happening. So you will have your only chance to get a 10% bonus on day 1 is from exotics in a specific slot, including Outbreak, which was the only way people cleared Caretaker, or the main way people cleared Caretaker. And it is widely applicable and available to everyone, and that is no different than a gun like Unvoiced or like Chill Inhibitor just being better. There is no difference. You will be fine. And if you're racing day 1 raids or you're trying to get day 1 completions, you probably have almost every single exotic. And if not, maybe you should like take this as a sign to go get everything. But you're not going to get anywhere near tier 5 gear before the raid. It will not happen. It will not happen. Period. So you will have at most fucking what like 6% damage resistance or something, 5% damage resistance, something like that, and a couple percent weapon bonus max. Will not happen. Yes, Esper. Yes. Only tier 5 gets that bonus. It's scaling. So weapons, for instance, tier 1, 2%, tier 2, 4%, tier 3, 6% bonus in that specific slot. Oh. You are not getting any meaningful bonus before day 1 raids unless you are using exotics. And that only applies to that slot, and everyone who's competitively racing or going for a day 1 clear will already have those exotics. Isn't all tiers get same bonus? No, guys.
Is y'all really damage when you get all your
They show
tier
it right
5,
here.
weapons.
They
equipped.
literally show it on stream right here, and I've been saying it. You guys gotta watch me. You gotta stop watching other videos, man. I don't know what to tell you. Like, I try my best to make this information public. Okay? I try. You gotta help me. You gotta help me help you, okay? I don't know what to tell you. Tier bonus. Tier 1. Tier 2. Tier 3. Tier 4. Tier 5. So I think this will work. I don't really... Is it like... It might average... like if you have like 3 tier 5 or 3 tier 5s into 2 tier 3s, it might like average those or something. I don't really know. But for weapons, it's only that slot you have to worry about. So if you have a tier 1 primary weapon, that primary weapon will do 2% more damage. So, anyways.
So again, cherry on top, where it kind of gives you that edge, and also it gives you a way, kind of like in earlier releases where you walk out into the tower and you're wearing all your raid gear. You're kind of like peacocking, as y'all have framed it. And now it's, oh, hey, I have all tier 5 gear. This shows like, not only have I mastered this content, but I've earned a bunch of really cool stuff.
So basically, if you're saying if you have 4 tier 5 pieces, you're in 60% damage resistance? No, it caps out at 15. I mean, look, they showed in the tooltip, guys. Like, damage resist. You see how... Okay, so this person here has 1, 2, 3, 4 effectively tier 5s, and they only get 12%. Now, at tier 5, you should be getting 15%. So I think it just averages it. So I think, like, for instance, if you had, let's say 3 tier 5s and then 2 tier 1s, that'd be 45, 51 divided by 5, you'd get about 10% damage resistance. I think that's how it would work.
So again, cherry on top, your mass team through. So.
Max is out at 15. Max is out at 15.
When it comes to the
Are you joining ATP, Granddad Gaming and I and Skid Row at GCX? What in the fuck does that mean? I don't know what that means, Kev.
The new gear as well, what's the way that you identify that as a player?
Yeah, so
what kills me in this controversy over the new weapons having buffs, how people forget the overcharge system we have now, which gives something like 25%. There's so many things. Like I said, like a lot of the complaints are like, oh, this forces you to use specific things or makes other builds irrelevant. Where have these people been complaining about the artifact system? The artifact mods have literally done this for years and years and years and years and years and years and years. I didn't listen because I like my own narrative. When does it max out at? 15% max.
if you see that little kind of
later on in the clip, it shows 11.4 total value, 3 tier 5s into tier 4. There you go. Yeah, so it is kind of an average. Yeah.
Of the armor piece, that is going to that's going to tell me.
Oh yes, I am going to GCX. Yes. Am I the only one that absolutely loves the seasonal gear bonus? No, well, okay, the gear bonus, I'm whatever. I do think like things like the artifact that is encouraging you to use new things. I honestly, I do not think the gear bonus is going to matter at all. I legitimately do not think it is going to matter in most of the game. That's why what I said in my video, that's why I made the video. It is such a minute amount, and you will have it for such a small amount of the season that there will be specific instances, like I'm sure there will be one exotic that's like just edges out and is the best in the raid or whatever because of that damage bonus it gets. But for most of the season, it's not going to matter. In most content, it's not going to matter. And for most people, it's not going to matter. I genuinely believe that. Yo, Zero Friends, thank you for the Prime. Hey, once again, we're really close to hitting the super sub thing on Twitch. So if you have Primes or you want to sub on Twitch, make sure you do that in the next week or so. It really helps us out. It makes Twitch take less of your money.
That it is in the new gear pool. So it's not only gear from this season or release, but it is also gear.
So this exotic featuring is one that I don't love, but maybe I'm not understanding it. But the exotic featuring is once again like no different than the artifact featuring. Like the artifact encourages you to use specific builds and specific weapons and specific elements. That's exactly what the exotic focusing does. Every season, like 15 exotics or whatever are focused. Oh, hey, these builds are going to be more powerful this season. That's sick. For armor, it doesn't really matter as much because it's not like damage resistance is hard to come by in the game. So that's not as much of a motivator. But for weapons, it'll be a pretty good motivator because, hey, for this specific exotic, I get 10% extra damage this season. Like, that's sick.
Exotic pieces as well.
Yeah,
so.
We hop into the collections really quick. There's actually a new section that's going to show, here's our featured gear.
Like,
so if you have...
Fuck. Like, for instance, Outbreak, and Barrow Dyad, and New Land Beyond being focused, and Choir of One being focused for this new season? That's kind of fucked. Like, that it's only 10% extra damage, but these are some of the highest DPS, like, single primaries in the game. So, like, Barrow Dyad with 10% extra damage, that might actually do shit. Everything else here, who the fuck cares? Tommy Smashbook, 10%. Tommy Smashbook. Who the fuck's gonna use Tommy Smashbook? Tommy Smashbook could do 7 billion % more damage. I'm not using that shit. You know what I mean? Third iteration doing 10% damage, that more damage. That was fucking already super powerful. Freek, I did a whole breakdown on third iteration. That's the Predator scout rifle. Like this season, if Risk Runner did 10% more damage or Le Monarch doing bolt charge shenanigans, which one are you using? Yeah, exactly. Exactly. But, like, no one freaks out. This is exactly my point. No one, this fucking... And like I said, I love Salt. I love Mac. But neither of them, unless I missed it, but neither of them, I've not seen either of them complain and be like, oh, this season Bungie only wants you to use Monarch because of the bolt charge thing. But, like, objectively, in most content, if you're not on Monarch this season on Titan, or something akin to it to proc DOT bolt charge constantly, like, you're just kind of throwing. There are instances where that's not true, but in, like, a lot of content, that's, like, true. You are heavily incentivized to use Monarch this season. Where's my complaints about that? Who's been complaining about that? You know what I mean? No one. So why is that? And that's way, way fucking more than 10% additional damage. That is, like, way more than 10. That is, like, 500% more damage. And no one's been like, man, why is Bungie making me use Monarch? This is 10% damage. It'll matter for 5 of the exotics, maybe. You know what I mean? It'll matter for Barrow Dyad. It'll matter for third iteration. It'll matter for Choir of One. Outside of that, no one's using this fucking shit. Wicked Implement? Like, who the fucking chat can even tell me what that shit does? I don't know. A fucking stasis primary scout rifle? No, thank you, bro. No fucking thank you, dude. Like, you could give this shit's 258% higher damage. I'm not touching that shit. I'm not even printing out. I'm not wasting my fucking glimmer printing out a version of that, dude. You know what I mean? Like, bruh. 10% is fucking nothing in Destiny. Anyways, I look forward to our Choir of One Overlord meta.
some things from previous releases. Those are going to be a part of the building or build crafting as well.
Correct.
A note for any newer players.
Okay, I'm interested here. Do they just have everything? Oh, there's a featured gear tab. That's sick. So, like, what here is actually usable? Yo, Milo! Thank you for the raid. What's up? What's up? Wait, what here's actually... So, Starfire being focused is a W. Geomags here being focused is a W. I know there's a lot of rhyme code stands, so I'll give you that. It's like, why not? What the fuck else am I going to use here? Like, you think I'm going to use Mantle of Battle Harmony? Like, fuck no. Hello? Hello? Welcome, everybody who's just now joining us. I don't know. Fellwinter not bad. Yeah, Fellwinter, I think there's tech there. I got a little bit of flack for saying that, but I think there's tech with Fellwinter. Because Fellwinter can extend itself, and I think that's cool. I think that's cool. But we'll see. Anyways, this is going to matter. Anyone complaining about this is you're not going to be affected by it. In 98% of your gameplay, at least. And like, then none of this is going to matter. None of this is going to matter. Which of these some we're just going to rework? Oh, did it? Is it better than Speaker Sight? Oh, it did just get a rework. I forgot about that. It's probably still not better than Speaker Sight, though. 3% damage resistance for Mantle of Battle Harmony is better than Speaker Sight. Let's go. Oh, yeah, that's right. Boots of the Assembler give you the fucking Lumina buff. I forgot about that. I forgot. Okay. Well, see, that might be Jack now. Now that you get a free buff and you get a free, additional 3% damage resistance because you run that. Fuck it. That's sick. But it's like, other than that, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. People are freaking out about
some
nothing.
of these things are actually like, you can go to Xur, try to grab those. You can go into Ride of the Nine. Emissary is going to have a few things like that.
And that's the thing that frustrates me. I cut out a section of my video about this because I think it was a little soapboxy, a little preachy, but it really bothers me when there's like genuinely like things that you should be concerned about and things that I'm concerned about the future of Destiny, the current state of Destiny, Edge of Fate. They're like legitimate pain points and like pieces of feedback that we should be giving feedback on. And then then it's just like, it's such a waste of time and airspace to be complaining about something that doesn't matter. Like, I don't want to be like, oh, your opinions don't matter, but to when you blow everything, when every minor grievance you have is the worst thing that's ever happened to you, then how do you differentiate what's actually important? You can't. You cannot. So, I don't know, man. That's where I'm at. I think it's good to give feedback, but like when we just blow everything way out of fucking proportion, it's just like, all right, fuck it. Don't change the game. Keep the game exactly as it is. You can use your same weapons, your same build forever. Fucking... You simply can just call people dumb straight up. No, dog, I can't. When stubbing your toe and your grandma dying of cancer on the same level, something's wrong with you. Yeah, a bit hyperbolic, obviously, but I mean, that's how it feels in Destiny. You know what I mean? It's just like, I think this is a conversation, and it's hard because I feel like Destiny, terminally online Destiny people have like cultivated this mentality. You know what I mean? And as I've definitely played a role in it. Everyone's played a role in it. Some are more guilty than others or whatever. But it's like we've kind of allowed this to happen, I think. And it's like, fuck. Damn it, bro. Now everyone just wants to complain. It's like, okay, well, fair enough. I've only seen these takes on Twitch, YouTube chat. All my friends who play Destiny 2 are actually excited for the DLC. Yeah, honestly. That's how it goes, though. You know what I mean? People just want to use the same 2017 exotics in PvP forever. Yeah. And like I said, like, it's just like, if you're the type of person that like is complaining about having to farm out new armor, and like I say this in my video, once again, if you haven't seen my video, you should go watch it. I just released it before the stream. But you're, it can be scary It genuinely, like, the psychology behind it. Like, if I'm just gonna say, like, hey, these weapons are 10% better, this armor's 15% better, whatever. Yeah, that can be scary at face value. Thinking about how that actually affects the game it doesn't. And especially when you realize that that'll only affect a couple weeks of gameplay. It doesn't affect it. I do sympathize, and I do agree with, like, okay, it kind of sucks where it's like, the difference is, like, our weapons now have been good forever, and so it doesn't really matter if the new stuff is good. But I understand the kind of whiplash and the psychology that goes into, like, you spend all season farming to get something, and then it's, like, immediately worse next season. You haven't had a year to play with it. You just now got it. You worked your ass off for it. And even if it's still really good, it's just worse than it was last week. I understand why that's a point of contention. And that's why I'm a big advocate for it. I think the new tag should be 12 months for seasonal stuff. But yeah, it's just like, Joe, there's I got a crazy good clip from that earlier in the stream at the very beginning. It was so fucking funny. But it's just like, for most people, like, half of you guys are going to be running fucking expert and master level content for this season. You'll be fine. You'll be fine without 6% extra damage. You'll be fucking fine. I promise. Okay. That Dragon Trossland, whether you are taking 30% damage resistance because everyone gets that at base from because everyone gets base 10 resilience now, or if you take an additional 15% less damage, it's still not fucking killing you, man. I don't know what to tell you. You know what I mean? It just doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. If the values were 25% extra damage and 50% extra damage resistance or something crazy like that, yeah, then it would fucking matter. But 10% is such a nothing burger. 10% for a couple weeks of the season is such a nothing burger. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter unless you're doing the hardest fucking content in the game. And there aren't 500 videos from people in my chat doing solo flawless Root of Nightmares this season, so I know you're not. It's just how it goes, man. I don't mind doing more damage. It sucks to know that every season my damage testing is 1% off because every new weapon to get 10% worse. At least it's easy to factor, though, right? You can just add a little checkbox. Is it a new? Bam, 10%. Fucking easy. But Scare, we did not hear these complaints in the final shape. What do you mean? Yeah, exactly, Zombie. Nobody's going to have crazy armor in 3 days. It's going to take months and months. Yeah, agreed. All right, we can keep going here. Reminder, if you're on the Twitch side, we're just a few subs away from the Prime sub thing where Twitch takes less of the split. So if you have free Primes or want to give subs or whatever, this is the perfect time to do it. So anyways, we'll keep going.
Lance. That's a great thing to pick up before this new release starts, so then you have a little bit of an edge.
Yo, Rob, thank you for gifting 3 subs. Thank you very much, my friend. If you got gifted a sub from Rob, please make sure to thank them. Appreciate you very much, my friend. JKD Halo, the thing that has me caught up is that these same people seem to have no problem with the new VOG weapons in Legend Incarnate, where they just do 10% increased damage the entire season. Yeah. Is that an artifact mod? Wait a second. Wait a fucking second. Wait a second. Give me a second here. I'm fucking pulling this shit up right now. Yo, Rob! Thank you for gifting another one. Let's fucking go. If it straight up says 10% more damage, I'm about to put the greatest fucking shit post in the history of Twitter, okay? You guys are not ready with this. Does it say 10% more damage? It's actually Vorpal and only after your super, but it's very potent. Oh, well, still, close enough. Welcome back. Why does this game take so long to load? I'm trying to tweet magic here. Bruh. Yo, Milo, what's up? No. Oh, fucking pop-ups. Oh. Bro, I just played the game yesterday. It's not that. You don't have that much to tell me. You don't have that much to tell me, man. Fucking where is it? Is it this one? Bam. Do me a favor, chat. Do me a favor and give that a little. Juice that a little bit. Poke the bear. Poke the bear a little bit. Anyways. I have to do the dungeon today, so we'll do that after I'm done watching this.
You know, if y'all screenshot this, you can start hunting this stuff down right now, right?
Yeah, and we will have follow-up blogs where we're going to go
What tweet, Hoon?
online. I understand, like, this stream has a lot of data. It has a lot of numbers, that kind of stuff. Big lists of gear. We'll have a full bulleted list, not just in TWIDs, but in patch notes as we keep going.
Wait. Actually, okay, wait. What's the worst Vault of Glass weapon? What's the worst Vault of Glass weapon this season? I don't even remember what Vault of Glass weapons there are. Oh, is there a vision? Oh my god. My vision of Confluence does 10% more damage? Goodbye, Tinasha's. Oh wait, it's solar, isn't it? Goodbye, Aberrant Action. Oh, 20. Fucking goated.
So I think with that, we can go into the artifact as well.
Man.
Cool.
Yeah, so the artifact this time around, we're going and we're exploring.
Oh, did I fucking spell it wrong? No, I'm cooked, bro. No. That can't stand. Sorry about that. I'm a chemist, I don't spell. That's what fucking Copilot's for. It's goodbye.
So, kind of going with that theme is we wanted this to be kind of like, scout the wild frontier.
No one saw
And
fucking
so,
anything.
To that end, it's kind of a little longer range weapon-wise than some of our recent artifacts.
I just like. But it's whatever.
One of the other themes that we wanted to get was this is gonna be.
Well, we have to require all exotics for them to do current season damage. Nope. All exotics aren't part of the tier system. You guys hear that lightning? Or the thunder? All part of everything gets moved up. You'll be fine.
Me and my fire team, So if you're scouting solo, we have stuff for solo. If you're scouting as a group, we have stuff.
New gear should have to be good enough. Would have to have good enough perks, stat bonuses to be desirable. Yes. Hoon, that's what I've been saying, man. Hoon, I think you would like my video that I put out earlier today.
As a group. Then lastly is we made this artifact a little more weapons focused than we maybe normally do.
Wait, do we have good replies to this? Grr, I can't believe this. How am I, as a dad with 15 wives and boyfriends and 20 Zorpillion kids, supposed to play the game? If that crowd knew how to read artifact descriptions while they were doing a strike with double auto rifles, they would surely be so mad at you right now. Oh my god, bro. That's so good.
Because we wanted to kind of highlight that kind of the Guardians kit, kind of down to earth, kind of grit thing.
We're just having fun.
Are in the fifth column. There's that first one is Radiant Shrapnel.
I think this one has good potential. This one has good potential. especially solo damage, because ignitions don't stack, right? But I think there's good potential here. If you agree with that, then how are you opposed to Mactix and Assault? New gear should have good enough perks set bonuses to be desirable. Yeah, I agree. The 10% bonus isn't doing anything. Nah, I'm not gonna add anyone, bro. They follow me, they'll see it. I'm just having fun too. I don't want like I don't want it to be like, you know what I mean? I just want to. It's friendly banter.
And this is gonna
What's that,
add,
Joe?
like, an additive shrapnel burst when you're killing guys when they're radiant, or when you're radiant, or they are scorched. And I actually really like that, like, we pay out scorched a little, because like sometimes you can't quite get that ignition, you know.
Yeah. So
and
that's going to pair really well with the Warlock Exotic coming out. Yeah.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I think you sent me in DMs. The fuck did you send me in DMs? What? Oh, yeah, don't worry about it. Anyways, Joe, did I make up? Do you play saxophone? Did I make that up? I feel like we've had this conversation.
And then you can cause them to alt burst. It's very cool. The fourth one in this.
The difference with that is with the artifact, our old weapons can become 10% better. But with this system, it's only the new stuff that gets 10% better. It's still like if the base argument is it forces you to use something you don't want to use, it doesn't matter when the gun came out. Oh, you play percussion? Damn.
Column also
Damn.
is a favorite of mine. It's Tangled Web. And this is going to suspend everyone when you generate a tangle via combat. And normally we do that effect, we reserve that effect.
Why did Bruce send you to make yes? Don't worry about it.
And now it's like on creation, and it leads to a very fun situation where you can just kind of walk up and take it, and you're like, "Thank you guys, I'll be back." And they can't do anything, and it kind of
picking up elemental pickup or tangle grants increased damage to weapons of the same element. Like, man, there's gonna be some fucking good combos here.
You there?
It depends how many of these stack. Like, I think this is the darkness one that buffs light as well. Like, do these stack?
If you're not using like grapple grenade or something.
Yeah, it works really well with the hunter.
Looking for a sax player. I had a wait, Milo. Do you play sax? We might have to chat, my friend. I've got a project. Joe and I work on music projects together sometimes, and I had an idea.
It also works really well with the Hunter Exotic. It's lots of fun.
Awesome. Yeah, I think, so there's a question from V Ferrer sorry if I pronounced that wrong, asking,
no, not a
there's going
scholar.
to be more seasonal mods. And with the artifact, you can see next major update, there's going to be another row, as people know. With the featured gear, there's also going to be...
This reminds me, you sold me like 20 guitar strings. Yeah, I fucking know I do, dog. They're like half recorded. I have all the rhythm done. All right, Milo, let me cook a little bit, and then I might fucking hit you up on that, my friend. That is great to know. Yeah, Joe. Look, man, you wrote fucking parts that are bouncy. I drew out the tab here. Bam. See, I got the tab drawn out right there. Right there. Bam, bam, bam. I've just been busy, man. Blame Bungie.
Exotics to that pool. And Bjorn, I believe we are also making some new seasonal mods that'll be released over time, correct?
Yeah, kind of in the same way that we did last season.
Unrelated. Tab's just so, like, if I, like, take a break from learning it, I can pick it up. What guitar do you play? Oh, my God. I mean, you guys just fucking asked to see my baby, bro. I have a lot of guitars, but this is my favorite guitar. This is my baby. This, 7-string. Schecter. It's a Dan Sugarman custom. I love her very much. She is my favorite earthly possession, and I would defend her with my life. It's a Kiesel. Did I say Schecter? Sorry, all my other ones are Schecters. That's a Kiesel. Sorry. I'm fucking tired, man. It's been 100 degrees here all day. I had meetings between 4 different buildings. I'm walking around in my professional fucking clothes because I'm a dumbass who wears 3 layers when I have a lab coat on. It's fucking awful, okay? But yeah, that's a Kiesel. Does she have a name? Her official name's the Murder Axe. That's the name of the custom. She's mine. She's beautiful. He's making geography our problem. Yeah, it happens.
And where we had
What do you do for a living? I'm a research chemist.
like taken theme set of weapon mods will have the same thing for.
I'm a polymer chemist. I work in sustainability. Next season, if we get an identical rocket to Hezen, and if it gets 10% more damage from being new, it's just FOMO shit. GG's if you don't get it. Yeah, but that's like the only instance where that 10% matters.
This releases theme that you can find those out as they come.
Perfect. All right. Well, wow. I believe we are at the end of the stream. Thank you so much for joining us on the couch. Everybody out there, thank you so much for joining us during this live stream to see what we have to offer. We do have another
that one
live
instance,
stream
no.
next
Oh yeah, that's a really good point. It would also have to have origin trait that beats Fogs. That's a really good point.
Tuesday, July.
Hoon, how could you give me the one? A better example. The example I use in the video is Unvoiced. Unvoiced, fucking goated. The origin trait helps with that a little bit too, but Unvoiced is goated. There's so many select shotguns in the game that don't come fucking anywhere close to the greatness that is Unvoiced. And unless they give you something identical or already better, that 10% is not going to matter at all.
First, same time, same place, different cast. Sorry. I'll invite
Fucking DMG killed this. DMG is awesome.
you back soon. But we're going to be talking
And plus, yeah, that's a great point. That 10% is only at the very end of the season.
power progression. So what are you playing? How are you earning things? How are you getting...
I don't think it's settled. I say this all the time, but I don't think people realize how long it is going to get you to be able to consistently... How long it's going to take you to consistently farm tier 5 weapons. Oh, no. I'm gonna be honest, it's a non-issue. This ain't a shot at solid at all, but this is idea that like 10 or 15% incentive is make or break if you decide you don't want to take advantage of it. Just a bond new layer of incentive to get off your old summon requirement. I mean, it's an insane amount, especially the DR. It's easily the difference between struggling versus easily clearing an endgame activity. I think many are overlooking it. But I just don't think that's true. I mean, like, what endgame activity exists in Destiny right now where 15% damage resistance helps that much? I mean, do you know how much free healing we have? Do you know how much free fucking damage resistance we have? And like I said, you're not going to have access to this during the day one raid. So the one instance where it might help, it's a non-factor. So I don't even know. Like, and like fucking low manners, like I low man shit, Salt low man shit, like, we already have to farm for unique shit anyways. That's not, like, new to the challenge thing. But, like, what in Destiny do you need? 10% DR is definitely noticeable in stuff like GMs. Dog, you could fucking run GM 60 under, and it's still the easiest fucking content in the game. It's just so, like, it's just such a... maybe this might all change with the new ultimate difficulty. I don't know. But, like, I just don't... No, Assault is a fucking unbelievable player. This is not making a difference in anything he does. Unless there's like a very specific solo challenge that he can only do with 10% more damage at the end of a season. Maybe it'll help then. It's just not the world we live in anymore. Bro, 15% DR made the difference for us in Rolk. Don't say it doesn't matter. Hoon, listen to the words. Maybe I talk fast. It is a non-factor in day one content. You will not be getting. You will not be getting. I'm trying to make it bigger. It's fucking big. That's already pretty big. You will not be getting tier 5 armor before the day 1 raid. It will not happen. The 15% damage resistance will not happen before the raid. It will not happen. It will not. That's not fucking true. You're just wrong. I bet you, Hoon, 50 subs, you will not have tier 5 armor before the raid. It will not happen. It will not happen. I have seen the time predictions. You are not getting it, bro. You are not getting it. It's not happening. Period. Statistically, it is impossible. It's just so crazy, man. Also, speaker sight didn't exist when Rolk was out. Like, what are we doing, man? It's just like, fuck it out, man. It's just not. It is a complete non-factor. It is a complete non-factor. There's nothing in the game. And I would, and in fact, to be clear, I would love to be wrong on this because that means there would be actual hard shit to do in the game, which there is not currently hard shit to do in the game. So if it starts to matter in ultimate level content down the road, keep in mind, we don't even get an ultimate version of the raid. That's not a fucking thing because raids are not part of the portal. And we don't get an ultimate version of fucking dungeons because they're not in the portal. So best case scenario, if ultimate nightfalls end up kicking our ass and fucking 15% extra damage resistance matters at the end of a season, then I'm fucking happy because that's an incentive to farm out new gear to actually use in hard content to get better rewards, which does not exist currently in Destiny 2. Period. Period. Anyways. On God. On God, bro. I know, it doesn't matter. You could play from launch until the raid launches. You are not getting anywhere close to tier 5, guys. I promise you, it's not happening. Especially not, like, it's just not, like, you got, community doesn't understand. You'll see. They make you gain less light as you gain more light. It's like, you hit a hard asymptote, my friends. So, we'll see. Tier 5, you will not be able to consistently farm tier 5s until the second half of the season. Period. Because you can't get above 450 light. The only place you can consistently farm tier 5s is in ultimate level difficulty, which you have to be 500 level light to access. There are some ways to get tier 5 gear towards the end of the first half of the season. Based off of the discussions I had in the build that we had, Bungie does not expect, like, most people, like 95% of people to get that. Just how it works. Is this time gating? So if you look at the, if you look at the difficulty, let me pull up Milo's video because Milo showed it really well. Let me show you guys something real quick, all right? Making me fucking break out the fucking making me break out the okay, Milo, show me your fucking all right, buddy. Bam.
At the top of the screen, it says Solo Ops Playlist.
As you can see, he increases difficulty here. Where does he do it? Here. So you see this?
And Expert. So I'm going to choose Expert.
Oh, I'm going to show my video first, actually. My video, I know exactly where I show it, so I can... Probably here. So at 50 points, your cooldown is 35%. Fucking nerd. Here. So you can see here, I'm increasing the difficulty. In addition to that, tier 5 armor. Oh, it's loud. Sorry. Up with 11 mod. Is that better? Instead of 10, meaning your builds are going to be able to. All right. After this. Pretty cool. I'm a pretty. So watch it. Oh fuck my head. Okay. You see you see where my arrow is? My expertly crafted arrow. So what I'm showing you is as you increase the difficulty, the power of the activity goes up. The tier of your loot goes up. But this symbol here, or sorry, this is not the light of the activity. This is the light of the activity up here. this is the light of your drop. So the higher your power differential from the floor of that activity, the higher, like the more light you gain per drop. So on expert, you can gain +3 to +5. It is incredibly likely, based off of conversations I've had, that as you access these higher difficulties, that band closes and goes down. So expert is +3 to +5. Master is likely something like +2 to +4, for instance. Grandmaster is likely +1 to +3, or even like they might even make it like 2 instead of 1, you know, or instead of 3. So instead of like, okay, and maybe in Master it's not, you can go +2, +3, +4. Maybe it's only +2, +3. And then, you know, so that band is going to lower and probably compress over time, meaning you gain less light as you are running these activities, as you can closer. Now, when the mid-season hits, that's going to kind of bounce back again. Where do you see what tier so this is a tier 1. You can see it has 1 diamond.
This system because it allows you to have a much.
And I increased it, and now it's got 2 diamonds, so it's a tier 2. And now, and notice it went from +3 to +4.
Deterministic approach into what level of armor you are.
Yeah, shut up, me.
So
God,
no
such a nerd.
and get like
And then I increased the difficulty again, so now combatant power is 240, whereas it was 220. Now it's 240. Now I get tier 3 loot, and it's +5. So it's good. You're gonna gain. You're gonna, and then you're, and then mid season's gonna hit, and then. You can get tier 5s at the very end of Grandmaster. And there are also some other activities that they talked about. I don't know how much I'm allowed to talk about them. There's like ways to prove that you've mastered a difficulty or something. And that will give you the max rank for that. So it's like there are a few of those challenges or whatever for Grandmaster that I think are guaranteed tier 5s. I don't know how much I'm allowed to say on that though, so I'm not going to say anything else. But yeah, there are the understanding that I have, and other creators who are there who are the same thing can clarify. Maybe I'm forgetting something. The understanding I have is you will be able to earn a handful of tier 5s before the midseason. After the midseason is when you will be able to farm tier 5s. But I think the only tier 5s you can get before the midseason come from those challenges, whatever that is. And I don't know if you can farm those. They might only be 1 completion each. I don't. It's when you have to understand, when they talk to us, they're throwing like fucking infinite information at us. We don't have notepads, and they're just trying to fit everything in like rapid fire. And we don't really have time to ask questions and shit either. And depending who's talking, like some people, if we do get to ask questions, you have to wait till the end, and some people, you know, it's like a whole thing. So
because I want to play on the hardest
difficulty
possible, and that
Sorry,
is then going to determine which.
I thought this was the Bungie stream.
5s. And also, how are you customizing your experience in the portal with new banes, new modifiers, all that kind of stuff? Just because this is information heavy, as I mentioned, we do have a slate of blog content that'll be coming.
If I won't be able to get tier 5 armor for the day 1, then why would I ever need it? Couldn't I just wait until the next actually difficult thing to come out and get tier 5 armor for that season? Yeah. I mean, it pretty much just comes down to the only people that need tier 5 armor are the people that are going to push themselves to do the hardest content, which there might be some cosmetic grinds, there might be some like triumph or title grinds. Maybe you want the tier 5 weapons to flex or whatever. But yeah, most of it comes down to, if you play the game a lot, here's something to chase. If you don't like to grind and you don't like to play the game a lot, but you still want to do everything, you can do everything with tier 2 or 3 weapons. You'll be fine. If you want to do things like the Epic Raid, which are going to have some sort of increasing difficulty. I mean, it's not part of the portal system, but who the fuck knows what that's going to look like? We don't know yet. Hey, you want to do the harder version of the raid? Yeah, sure. Fucking go grind out this stuff. Because of when the Epic Raid drops, you will likely have tier 5 gear going into the Epic Raid, I would imagine. Or good tier 4 with some tier 5 sprinkled into it. But yeah, most of it is like, that's what people need to understand. This is what people need to understand. These grinds are made not that game changing for a reason. It's so people who want to engage in the grind and absolutely uber build craft, min-max their builds, have a way to do that in a way that you can't currently do in Destiny, but it doesn't feel like a requirement for people who don't want to do that. They are deepening the grind, but just like Adepts barely matter, just like Artifice actually matters quite a bit, but you know what I mean. Like, just like Artifice to most people, like, barely matters, that's this. They don't expect fucking, if you spend 90% of your time killing dregs in the Trostland, they don't expect you to get tier 5 gear. Okay? That's how it goes. You know what I mean? If like you think like Grandmaster Nightfalls are hard, you're probably not gonna be getting tier 5 gear that much. It's fine. It's just how it goes. It's just how it goes. And there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with playing the way you want to play, or pushing yourself as, you know, as little or as much as you want to. There's nothing wrong with that. The point is there should be loot that is adequate for people who don't want to grind that much, and there should be loot, unlike the current version of Destiny, there should be loot for people who do want to push themselves via skill expression, build crafting, mastery of the game. That doesn't currently exist, and Bungie is giving us that. I see literally every content creator constantly answering the same questions on tier 5 gear and old gear. Yet somehow people still keep saying Bungie is forcing them to grind for new weapons. I just don't get the mentality. Do you guys want to play the game at all or no? Yeah, I mean, it's just how it goes, man. Milo asks, thoughts on the idea that contest weekend might drop 5 so people can get tier 5s early and get a taste for why they're worth getting? Maybe. I'm trying to think if that would break anything. The only reason I could see that being a problem, I don't think it matters that much, but if your RNG shit and you get like a really bad fucking raid gun, or you don't get, I mean, there's a possibility you don't get a single weapon and you only get tier 5 armor. You know what I mean? So there's like, okay, fucking Jeffrey got super lucky and got the god roll of the gun and it's tier 5. You know what I mean? So it's like, there's a little disparity there. Maybe like a static roll tier 5 if you clear contests. I can see something like that. Maybe. But, I don't know. It's a good question. It's an interesting thing that I think they could play around with a little bit. I think there are going to be events where it's easier to get like tier 5 or higher tier gear and stuff. They did kind of tease some of that, but I mean, you know, there's so much of this is a black box. We don't really know what, you know, with all these weekly cadence events and the new portal system. And I'm sure we'll get more information next week with the portal system, but will previous raid weapons be added to the tier system? Not currently. Currently, only new stuff gets tiered. Old armor, old weapons are not tiered, including exotics, not tiered. No exotics are tiered. They gave some free artifice in the past. Did they? People who clear contest mode should be showered with cosmetics more than just the emblem. It's hard, because I agree, but good luck convincing Bungie to do more work for like 10,000 people max, 5,000 people, 3,000 people more likely. You know what I mean? So it's like, man, that becomes like a business investment thing, especially with a smaller team and that sort of thing. You know what I mean? So my gear now that doesn't have double perks at tier 1. You have the stat equivalent of a high tier 3, low tier 4 now. But it does not get converted to the new system. It's cool and all, but these systems change, grind changes, quality of life changes are normally free in most games. I want to know what I'm paying for. New Area Explorer. And it is free. You don't have to buy the DLC for any of this. They aren't talking a lot. I mean, in my mind, I'm paying for the raid. That's what I care about most. I'll play the campaign one time. Kepler's cool, but we don't know anything about the activities. You know what I mean? Like I mentioned, that's one of my probably my main concern with the DLC at this point. Is they haven't talked about destination activity. They haven't talked about seasonal activity. We don't know what that looks like. The only activities we know, raid, solo ops. Solo ops, pretty aggressively mid for players like myself. So it's like, okay, I want to see some more of this stuff. Sorry, I don't like being on the other side. That's weird. So more info to come, but I tell people all the time, like, Destiny, you are going to get more Destiny for not paying now than ever. Like, more of the game's free to play than it ever has been going forward. Fuck it. Fuck it. Is there even a new strike? No idea. No idea. There is, as far, I believe, I'm like 98% sure they told me no lost sectors because the lost sector work went into solo ops. They did not talk about strike. They did not talk about destination activity. So, don't know. Straight up don't know. That you know, I'm not taking that to say definitively there isn't anything. It might be like post-campaign shit, but I just don't know. Right now, you paid $100 for 2 campaigns, 2 destinations, a raid, and a dungeon. And an epic raid. Yeah, there's a rapid fire slug. I'm super excited for that. I think that it's, I mean, every time we get a rapid fire anything, it's busted DPS, so. 2 destinations. Yeah, you paid $100 for the whole year, right? So you paid, well, okay. I assume Renegades has its own destination. I guess we don't know that for sure. But, I mean, $100 is for the whole year. So. What's an epic raid? Epic raid seems like it's more akin to a master raid from Destiny 1 or a hard, whatever, the hard mode raid from Destiny 1. Potentially adding an entire new encounter, but they haven't really talked much about it. And voice found dead in a ditch, bruh. Yeah, like with the rapid fire slug. Yeah, honestly, we're probably getting 3 destinations this year. No, I don't. Plague Lands is almost certainly going to be like Nether or Leviathan when they came back as part of the activity. I would not plan on. First off, I think Plague Lands is free. I think all seasonal content is free now. I think, minus like the season pass. But it's almost, I would not count on it being a destination. Isn't solo ops just old content with slight change? No, it's just it's in old areas, but it's like new stuff. I mean, but it's like, it's not. It's like whatever. It's simple stuff. You run here, you kill a couple enemies, you throw a ball, you stand on a plate, you defend a complex. It's not like, it's solo content, you know what I mean? It is designed for, if you're watching Destiny on YouTube, solo ops were probably not made with you in mind. Yeah. Is crafting still going to be a thing? Or my Senate alloy farming's a waste. Senate alloy is still used to enhance weapons, so yeah, that probably won't be a thing anymore. I don't know. Good question. I got nothing. I think crafting will still be a thing in some capacity, but they said that they want it to be more of a catch-up mechanic in that blog in December. I think so.
Cap on Thursday. We have a standalone next Wednesday that'll talk a little bit more about gear tiering. Next Thursday, we'll also have another recap for that stream and additional sandbox information. And then we keep marching into launch with more patch note previews, gear previews, all that kind of stuff. So outside of the full suite of gear you'll be earning on Kepler, bunch of stuff to discover. So thank you so much again for joining. This has been a fun stream. And as we leave, we're going to toss you over to our good friend Fallout. He's going to be talking through a bunch of what we said today. He was one of the creators that we invited.
Good for Fallout. That's awesome. Okay, I got to do the dungeon real quick. For the weapon. What is the dungeon this week? Oh, please tell me it's not. Is it fucking ghosts, bro? Is it ghosts? Gross. I guess I can just do the normal version of it though. Whatever. Whatever. Remember you guys to play the game? Yeah, bro. Hey, if fucking ghost weapons gave me a 10% bonus to damage, that's all I would ever farm on God, bro. Damn, I just checked my tweet. It's gotta pop it off. Oh, boohoo, Ghost is fine. Yeah, it's fine. I'm just ran it a lot. You know what I mean? It's just long. It's not like it's hard. It's just long. You need Eververse weekly rotation. I got you. Gotcha. Free Bright Dust. That's sick. Shader. Vex Mythoclast Ornament. And then a bunch of shit no one cares about. They still haven't told me if I won the replica yet, so... Wait, let me check, actually. They still have not told me if I won. I have to check. Real quick. Okay. Where can you watch the whole dev stream? On Bungie's YouTube. Bungie's YouTube. What, Exotics Renew? What are you talking about? Wait. Oh.
Such a fleeting thing.
Okay.
The end is here.
Oh. I mean, like, look, man, I'm not trying to sit here and say that, like... I'm not trying to sit here and, weekly ghosts for the quest RQ. I'm not trying to sit here and say, like, ghost is the worst thing in the world. It just takes... It's slightly longer than your average dungeon, so that just makes me dislike it. And longer, I mean just like length that I'm in the activity. I play a lot of Destiny. Okay, I don't know if that's a surprise. If it's a surprise, hi, welcome. I'm Scaro. I've got every title, max triumph score. Nice to meet you. You should subscribe. Anyways, play a lot of Destiny. So generally, if two activities give me the same exact loot, I like the shorter one better, like 98% of the time. Yeah, Wobby? Wobby, do you still need to do the dungeon? Jordan and I are hopping into VC if you want to... No, Gauntlet Triumph will probably be 2 weeks from today. Sup, nerd?
Hello.
I am streaming still. But,
got a long stream going.
3 hours, yeah. Toast, do you need the dungeon loot? That's exactly right. Best strike of all time, Will of Thousands. 3.5 minute strike. Easy. Like, literally no contest. That's the easiest dungeon. Best. You need to go for Pokemon Go Walk? Fair enough. Fair enough. All right, let's see.
This quest.
Let's see. Hoon, are you still in here?
I think I got all the good snipers I could potentially want. Didn't exactly get, like, all the perks on one sniper, but I got, like, three snipers that cover all the perks, so I think I'm good to go in the future.
Wait, what are you talking about?
The Praedyths. I wanted to get a good Praedyths before. I've just been using the crafted one. I didn't have an adept one.
What the fuck? 3 rolls do you need on Praedyths?
Freak, I don't know, man. I keep hearing so many different suggestions for what to get.
Is there? Am I missing something? I thought just 4 times the charm precision instrument was the.
Yeah, I got that, and then I was watching some videos, and they were showing some crazy damage numbers with like kinetic trimmers and bait and switch.
So kinetic trimmers only works for one person in your fire team.
Okay. So, and then I saw some people saying rewind rounds, but then everyone else is saying 4 times the charm. So I don't know, man. So I went and farmed out like 3 different ones that are good, threw them all in the vault. Probably never gonna touch them again.
If you're going to use rewind wounds, you're probably just going to do 4th times rewind wounds on supremacy. Same archetype. I guess this does get this does have the origin trait. So but I don't know. I don't think it's a fucking sniper. You know what I mean?
4th time.
This is like a shit.
Yeah, so I got but I got one with 4th times in bait and 4th times in elemental honing, just in case.
All right, chat.
The main thing.
All right, chat. First person.
I don't want to be using the crafted one.
Wait. We're gonna do. Let's go in real quick.
All right.
Let me find it real quick, okay? It's not sure. That's fucking. Or Jordan. I'm gonna fly in. And I'm just gonna invite a random. I'm just gonna have a random chatter join.
Yeah. 1 sec. I'm Jordan. Don't yell at me.
Bro. Jordan, hurry the fuck up, bro. Oh my god, I'm not even on my speedrun class. What the fuck is this? Disgusting.
So elemental honing is mainly just if you're on prismatic, right? Other than prismatic, is
yes,
switch kind of just better.
Yeah, elemental honing is very good for specific instances. For something like a day 1 raid, it could work, but it's it's definitely, in my opinion, easier, or I mean, that's not even opinion, it's a kind of effect. It's just better for, where the fuck is this? Oh, sorry. For like things that you know how they're gonna go and you know you can easily proc and you know the timing and stuff. For a day one activity, like bait and switch is easier to proc, multi-situational, and it's just barely worse, so.
Okay.
Yep.
Dude, am I weird for kind of liking Unloved, the hand cannon? It feels kind of good.
I think people do really like it.
I got a pretty good roll yesterday when like I didn't get a perfect shotgun. This is the one that I got. I mean, I got assault mag and redirection and fluted. I just got frenzy.
No,
but I mean, I was kind of happy to at least get a
most of
damage
those are old
perk.
loadouts,
So if
yeah.
this does end up being the best shotgun that I get,
Or like something I use for like one. Like
at
the
least I
farm-
have
one
like a
farm or
damage
something.
perk in the second column. That was kind of my
But
goal.
I usually just replace like 60% of my loadouts.
But we'll see. I'll probably
What's
do
your
my 3
recommendation
dungeon
for
runs
Fatebringer?
later on
I
or
don't really use
something.
primary weapons. Why did this not send
See
Twitch?
if I can get something better. I need the streamer loot.
Uh,
Like you got.
Sorry, my fucking join code is not. Oh, can I just type this? There we go. First person to join, regular dungeon, nothing crazy. Yeah, I'm especially like just doing like weekly runs or a little bit of farming. It's like I said, this weekend's a little tough, but holy shit, closely gamer too will be good. All right, chat. All right.
Sad this weekend. It's okay.
I'm just gonna
I'll
be
wait until.
sad this weekend.
I'm just gonna sit in VC by myself and send you screenshots of me in here by myself.
Yeah, just like literally of just your name in VC. That's pretty good.
Yeah. Dude, the only thing is man, this gun reloads slow. Even with alloy mag, like to have like. I got
Oh, you've
alloy
been
mag.
using it in PvE?
Yeah, no, the hand cannon.
Unlocked?
Yeah, the hand cannon.
Bruh.
The 2 burst. Dude, well, I'm not using a 2 burst in PvP. Are you crazy?
I don't fucking know. I've never used that shit. I take more offense to using a primary in PvE than a 2 burst in PvP, brother.
Yeah. You know, I gotta mix it up every now and then.
Oh, I forgot how this dungeon works.
I just wasn't paying attention. I'm just gonna follow you guys.
New end is very interesting. I'll have to see new damage numbers though. It's a focus exotic and all that.
What difficulty are we? Are we just on like Explorer or some shit?
Yeah, the Eternity or whatever. No, we fuck. There's no way you could. Come on. Come on, bro. Go.
Just a 2 equals sign on top.
Nah, that's not cookies. That's not cookies. Come on. That's copium at best. The caddy leaked? Yeah, it makes the damage. It makes the damage scale faster, or like the high end is higher or something. Or maybe it gives you fuck out something. Something about stats, it stacks or something. No, it wasn't I think it was purely, it was either damage or reload or handling or something. Squid. Removes the need to reload. Is that what it did?
This one is the equal sign on top.
Yeah, it's the
with
squiddy boy.
2. Yeah.
Oh, cool. Okay. Well, reconstruction's kind of nice. As you get higher stacks, it fills ammo in the mag, and at 20 stacks, always loads your shot back in. That's pretty nice.
Yeah, Chili, I agree. This thing's pretty good.
Bro, fucking come on.
Scaro's just a hater. Scaro's just a hater, dude.
Come on. Wait, did you don?
No, I thought you.
Oh, Cole
I
has
thought
to
you
don.
were doing it.
Cole don. I think Cole has to don. Cole don.
I did it.
Oh. Oh, well, okay. Enjoy that DM there. Any luck on what? What's your PvP recommendation? I don't even fucking know, dog. What's like, What's like the overpowered as shit PvP stuff right now? Like Slug and Rager still, or?
I mean, Ragix is still fine, yeah, but I mean yeah, it's.
What are
Ragix
like
still
the
works
fucking
really good,
sweats
or
using?
Rose or Igneous or Criminals.
Oh, still?
The
Fuck.
same 3 hand cannons that have been the best forever.
And Slugs, right? Slugs still meta?
Yeah, I mean, Slugs are definitely better if you're good with them, but I think I don't use Slugs because I just know that I'm better with a pellet. But Slugs are definitely the
See,
meta for sure. Yeah.
Jordan's not modest enough. If I were to say that, I would say, yeah, I fucking suck at aiming, so I miss most of my slug or my pellet shots. There's no way I'm hitting slug shots, bro. Do you see we're getting rapid fire slug as a new archetype?
Dude, that's gonna be it. No, we have that already. The 2 bursts or so?
No. That's heavy slug. We're getting rapid fire slug.
I do think, like I don't know if you were streaming when I said it, but Igneous, if Flint Striker is back in the artifact and they don't change things, Igneous is going to be the hard meta again next season.
Oh, because of like Tricorn makes it a 2-tap or something?
With Flint Striker, you proc Radiant on a 3-tap will proc Radiant, and then Golden Tricorn procs on kill. And Golden Tricorn is enough of a damage buff at +1 to 2-tap with Flint, Radiant plus Tricorn times 1. 2 taps for like however long Golden Tricorn lasts.
Oh, shit.
And I think Golden Tricorn lasts a little bit longer. I'm not 100% positive, but last time Flint Striker was in the artifact perk, Golden Tricorn was really good.
What the fuck are we doing here? I don't know what's happening. Oh, he's got it. He's got it.
But I don't know. I also think I don't know if you got to play with it at all, but the new the Arc and Stasis hand cannon looks like it could be really good, and it's a 150.
I didn't play any
Exotic.
PvP, so I played with it in PvE, and it was just kind of like there's a primary. In
PvP, it looks really good. The fact that you have a 150, like you can 3-tap with the 150, and then you can 2-tap with the Stasis portion. I think it gets like a damage, or the Stasis explosion does something.
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure Wallow was
it
2-tapping
freezes
in his
in like
video.
headstones.
Yeah.
And then also like prismatic charging for Transcendent as well. Oh, I haven't been farming any rolls, Matt.
It's just got a really good SMG. Guess I'll keep that. Rangefinder, target lock. Alright, now for the worst part of this dungeon.
Oh, I'm fucking shit. No, that's insane. Oh, thanks for my 45-second respawn timer. That's crazy.
Alright, if you say please really nicely, I'll revive you.
Please. You didn't even wait.
Oh, no! Cole ruined it! He respawned you!
Oh! Oh, I think I ran too far. Bro, Cole's got the fucking strats.
One is the slammer still
Dude,
in
Salted
rotation?
Grippo on
That's still a
fucking
thing. I
God,
want to get a
bro.
cold steel eager edge roll. I never got one of those.
I do that shit so much, man.
Be a sword main next season?
Why?
I don't know. I just think cold steel is really cool. I missed out on that perk when I didn't realize that a slammer could get that.
Jordan, fucking Slammer does 10% less damage next season. It's shit, bro. Didn't you hear?
Oh God, you're right. You're right. You're right.
And I don't think we're getting a new sword next season that I saw. So
thought
like,
the
good luck.
Stream was okay. What did you think about the stream?
It was. I mean, it wasn't anything we didn't know, except for the crossbow. That shit's fucking dope.
I mean, I think everything about the stream was good, but I really don't understand the whole like we want more information to be shown, and then here's like a tooltip that shows like literally nothing.
Yeah, I already complained about that. Bungie has
And
a
it's
bad
like-
problem with this.
We want more information in our game. Oh yeah, that's limited on purpose, so you can figure it out on your own. Good luck. Like, what?
Yeah, I don't know. Like, I stand by. Like, I like all the core changes, and I think it's gonna make Destiny a very different game. And I think most of the things people are complaining about probably will end up not really applying to them. But or if it does, it'll be for a very small amount of time. But
Respawn.
the like what I mean, I'm kind of a weird case because like I already know a lot of the stuff, but I care more about like actual DLC stuff, which they haven't really talked about.
Oh, you took that bubble. It's alright, I'm gonna make it.
Oh, you got
Mama
this.
didn't raise no quitter.
No, I don't think we get raid info until the raid launches.
Yeah, no, I agree.
They typically don't give any raid info.
I'm gonna end up
away.
using most new stuff anyway. Like,
Yeah, I mean, man, it's just, you know, Destiny players. I think there are some, I guess, legitimate grievances, but I don't know, like, just like people acting like they don't. It's either people who don't play the game acting like they don't want to farm for weapons, and like, okay, you won't, anyways, so that's cool. Or people that do play a lot of the game acting sad that they have to farm weapons, even though they would have anyways. So it's like,
yeah.
I don't know. It's I don't really know how to feel about that.
I do like how they made it sound like, you know, if you're doing activities and you're getting like hard enough activities where you're farming tier 5 loot, like it's always gonna, like, you know, you're gonna get tier 5 loot.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah,
'cause
I mean,
think one of the most-
that's why I love the portal. Like, all the way through, you know exactly what loot you're getting. You know exactly how much light you're getting, and certain activities tell you exactly the piece of gear you're getting, or if you're doing like something that's like focused for just gaining light, then you know exactly how many pieces you're getting as well.
Yeah.
So it's like it's
There's, like,
very
nothing more
deterministic.
frustrating than like farming and you're getting like 61 rolls and you're just like, bro, like what is the purpose of me doing this?
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, it's for players like us who spend enough time in the game to like do all the hardest content and stuff. The more determinism at the end of a season, so we're actually farming for very specific things, is going to be huge.
I do think 6 months is a quick turnaround time.
Well,
if
they
we're not
haven't
getting
confirmed
the-
that yet, but agreed.
Yeah, it just seems like what it's leaning towards,
Yeah.
I guess.
I hope it's a year, but I mean, I guess we will find out. It does, like, that's the only thing where it's like, hey, if we get something busted, it'll still be fucking busted, 10% or not, and like it doesn't matter. But it does feel bad for something to be statistically and objectively
It's just a quick
worse.
turnaround time. If like tier 5 armor, like they said, it's not something we're going to be getting like off the start.
No.
So let's say we're not getting tier 5 armor until like a month or so in,
Mm.
and then and then it's all bad. And,
3 or 4.
Yeah, so that's, I mean, even worse. And
Yeah.
if it's all bad and, you know, 2 months after you get it, then it's like. So I don't know. Hopefully they rethink some of that, but we'll see.
Or
I mean,
I mean,
obviously
once again, it hasn't been confirmed. Like the exotics are almost certainly going to be 6 months, but we don't know. We don't know about legendary stuff, and it could be 6 months. It would be a very Bungie thing to make it 6 months, and then eventually walk it back a year later to be a year. Hopefully they just start with the year. I think that is the leapfrog system. I think is great. I can farm weapons this season for the raid. That will still be good, and accept, you know, on and on and on. But why are you? Oh, is the year version really only 80? It's not 100? I have to like start. That's good to know. This dungeon is so fucking pretty, dude. Sorry as a Giga Noob, but did you really have to run like 5 to 10 minutes to get to fight something? Oh my god. Welcome to Ghost of the Deep. Yes, Ghost of the Deep has the longest excessive jump puzzle in the entire franchise. Yes, yes you did. Yes you did. That's a really funny comment though. But if you're clearing day ones now, and you don't have the 10% damage bonus, and you don't have the 15% damage resistance, you're not going to need it.
You guys get there, you can just pull me.
We are very close. Probably another 6, 7, 8 minutes. We're almost there.
Put on Lord of Wolves already, that should be all I really need.
It's just ridiculously long. It's awesome. It's almost comical. Fuck, I should have asked when I was with Tyson and Allison. They probably, I mean, Allison didn't even, oh, I guess she probably would have worked at Bungie at the time when this was released, but she's not anywhere close to the fucking design team. And I don't know what Tyson has done on Destiny before game director, but I should have asked. Why the fuck is Ghost of the Deep so long?
Who thought we needed a 20-minute traversal section?
Next time,
with the mechanic that slows you down.
If I ever get the opportunity to interview anyone at Bungie, including on the marathon team ever again, I'm going to ask that question. My community just really wants to know why the fuck Ghost of the Deep is so long.
Well, you can just be like, so, you know, I just had a question. In Marathon, are there going to be any times in these dungeon-like activities, like Ghost of the Deep, where we're running for 20 minutes straight?
I hope not, dude. But fucking those maps still have exfil timers. That'd be very, very stressful. Or that map, I guess, but, you know. What's up, nerd? Loud time, brother. Sweet. What class are you?
Titan.
Okay, I'll be well, fine. I'll be well. I don't have a sanguine swap, so deal with it. Oh, I do have a sanguine. But it's on the wrong subclass. Why did I do that? Oh shit. Alright, correct order events for sanguine swap. Pop super, then just swap and dump. That's it, right? There's nothing else? I don't think I'm forgetting anything.
If you want the ×4 surge, yes, you pop super and you switch to arc, and then you just shoot you're on solar, so
Lord of Wolves.
You're using Lord of Wolves. So
yeah. But I'll pop Nova and then swap, and then we're fine.
Oh.
No?
Sure. Yeah, I mean that should work. Yeah, I was just thinking of
I feel like there's an extra step in there, but that might just be because of how the.
No, are you? What do you mean Nova? Aren't you? You're supposed to be on. Don't we need a well for this activity for this encounter?
Oh yeah.
Why am I taking damage right now?
Doesn't even matter. Don't even worry. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Put on well, and then just
I got it.
put your well down and go to town.
Yeah, I'm good. I had like the fucking thing in my head, and then we're fine.
It sounds like you got the zoomies right now, to be honest with you.
I'm so dog. It was so hot today, man. I'm like definitely fucking dehydrated, and I've been guzzling some fucking water.
Glizzies?
No, yeah, hand glizzies. I'd fucking shotgun a glizzy right now. On God. Like actually, hot dog water probably would be really good for my
questionable take. Just stop right now.
for my salt situation going on. I say this a lot, so I've probably already told you this, but when I played hockey, I'm gonna die. Oh, this is embarrassing. Never mind, I'm better. When I played hockey, we would keep pickle juice on the bench and drink that.
Okay.
So
yeah, I could see that. Get the what, doesn't it have like what, electrolytes or something?
Yeah, electrolytes. It's what the plants are. No, my hockey got moved to Sundays for this year, Wabi, but the ice is melted for the summer, so so no hockey until probably September or October. Oh shit, the damage start? Oh fuck, bro, I'm bad. I'm gonna place it right on. Bro, whoa.
Oh my god, I just got sent back.
Why is he not getting stun locked? Are we doing something different here?
I just don't know why he's knocking us back so much. This part I haven't seen.
Yeah, I think you're supposed to. There's a way.
Cannon,
yeah. Oh, tractor suppresses him out of his super. That's right. That's right. Fuck me. Fuck me, dude. I forgot the ghost. Forgive me for not knowing the Ghost of the Deep tech, chat. Fuck. I'll have it locked in for whatever the gauntlet is, though. It'll be alright.
Dude, I wish the like loot week that they're doing for the dungeon. Dude, I wish it would apply to everything. Throw that shit on dungeons. Throw that shit on like raid. Like just make a 1 week where it just loot comes from just everything.
Yeah, that'd be
All the
sick.
loot.
I'm down. Yeah, especially just because I mean none of our loot will get the 10% bonus, so it'll all be useless next season anyways, right?
Yeah, so you know, just let us go to town.
Are you gonna kill that new guy or?
Nah, bro, he's good.
Yeah, he's a bitch. Nice. I won't talk about it. Am I up?
Yes. I already did the one on right.
If I died with one, what happens? Oh, he just responds. Oh yeah, right. Fuck man, I'm so out of it right now.
Woohoo! We win.
What's your favorite interaction that you had with another creator at Bungie? It's the adventures Milo and I went on, but I can't talk about that. Hopefully sometime in the future I'll be able to talk about that. But Milo and I had like a fucking unbelievable time. Sorry to like fucking tease you like that, but deal with it. Dad. That's tragical. I really want to see like the playtester feedback for Ghost of the Deep, like their internal QA or whatever. I just like.
Oh man, they're really gonna like this slow mechanic. And if
no,
you don't make
the playtesters definitely were like, this is too long. There's no, I refuse to believe.
Could ask those tough questions.
Oh no, we didn't get arrested or anything. It was not anything. I just can't talk about it. I just can't talk about it. But it's nothing like that.
And it's like not even one section. It's like it's 2 sections.
How would you 7 to 9 years ago react to being told you played SC2 content early? Milo, fucking, I wouldn't believe you. First off, dabbing is not new gear, so it's 10% less cool. Fuck.
And it's not even this one. There it is.
I was like, where are you going, bro?
I don't know.
Cole, you can pull. Oh, nice.
How did he get there? Did he skip something?
No, he's fucking fast as fuck, bro.
He do like a mega skip?
No, he zoomed.
Okay,
I think when we were about to kill, I think he went down and just fucking ready for it. Fuck it, I'm gonna use my new fancy gun. Oh, but you're okay.
But what?
Nothing. And you can manually swap supers for it, right? I think so.
Yes, you're going to put well down and then real quick switch to an arc super.
Just want to make sure. Just want to make sure. We're good. We're good. I got it. I got it, bro.
Now let me swap my surge mods again. Back to arc.
All right. Easy one phase. I do like genuinely. I think Ekthar and this are really good encounters. Like honestly, first encounter and traversals bring this dungeon down way lower than it deserves to be. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
All right, she's about to mothy moth. Yeah, Simuna is really good. Simuma.
Are y'all splitting up or just sticking together?
No, this is normal. I can split up. Awesome. What's my favorite dungeon? I don't know. Fucking Puppeteer is so good, though. I really like Radix, too, but I haven't done it post. Bro, leave me alone. I like Warlord's Finals really good. And also, though, second Sundered is really good.
You ever had jury duty before, Scro?
So I was signed up for it, and then COVID hit, and they delayed it infinitely. Or indefinitely, and then I haven't.
My wife's like on call this week, so she's just like hoping she doesn't have to go in.
I think Babs ended up having it for like a day one, or almost did or something. Do you remember that? Oh, I didn't look at my symbol. Do you know what your symbol was?
I have double equal on top, or the equal sign on top with the legs, the chair looking thing
Squid.
on the bottom.
Chat, what did I get? Does anyone see what symbol that is? I'll just look at what cold dunks and not do that one. 3 dots top, thank you. Easy. Chat diff, chat diff. Jordan, yours is final.
Yeah, mine's middle. Are we doing damage here or up top?
Oh, let's just do it here, bud. Alright, buddy. Okay, I'm missing.
Why is she moving so much?
Yeah, it's kind of annoying. She should really cut that shit out. Bro, if my weapon did 10% more damage, we'd be one-phasing this right now, on God.
Picking you up again. The signal's clearing and I'm receiving your
All
ghost's
the
feed
loot.
of
Give me the loot.
Too many drops.
Oryx? Were the Lucent Hive trying to... This was a ritual to resurrect the taken king. By force?
Alright, buddy. Thanks for the run, Cole. Thank you for the run. I'm gonna go turn in this quest and then go eat B-dubs. Hell yeah.
Ooh, some B-dubs? Okay,
Yeah,
okay.
wife,
you going
wife
out
brought
or
it
did you...
home. No, wife brought it home. I'm excited.
Very nice.
Although the wife's out of town this weekend, and it's the NHL draft, so like... Maybe some... Might do B-dubs twice in a week. That might be fucking... the strat, you know what I mean?
Might be the play, yeah.
Might be the play.
You'll be the only one there watching. You'll be the only one there watching too.
Strat. Might be strat. Anyways, have a good one.
See you, dude.
No, additional 10%. Additional 10% here. Additional 10%. You just do. You wouldn't get it. If Curious of Falling Stars new gear, then my Thundercraft should have 10% damage buff. True. True. On God, bro. On fucking God. I commit the obscene sin of letting myself enjoy my favorite game. How fucking dare you? What are you, like a Bungie shill or something? Oh, man. What baseball team do you work for? Baseball is like the worst fucking sport. Sorry. I know. Ooh. No. I know it's going to make some people mad. But sorry. I fucking hate baseball so much.
Endings mark new beginnings.
But I'm glad if you enjoy baseball, I'm really happy for you. That's great. What football team? I only watch football when the Bills make it in the playoffs. But my family's from Buffalo, so I'm a big Bills fan. But only when they're good. I don't care enough about football to watch any other time. Hockey's my sport. Hockey's the sport that I invest time into. I play. I've watched my entire life. That's it. If my wife isn't listed as new gear, do I have to get a divorce? I'm not going to tweet that. I'm not going to tweet that, but I really want to tweet that. Let's go Blues. Dude, those new jerseys they revealed today, that fucking, the Fleur de France, fucking design so fucking good, dude. Jesus, so good. I'm a Sabres fan, but they're bad. So I live vicariously through a couple of teams. Namely, recently the Oilers, because Buffalo should have gone McDavid, and then the Oilers did, so they're my copium team. Oh my God, you haven't seen them? Bruh! Bruh! Check this shit out. Check this shit out. New jerseys. It's so fucking clean, bro. Oh! These are, I think it's their centennial or something. So they, old logo, so beautiful. Let me see if I can see the floor. Yeah, and then this is like their alternate like shoulder logo. Really, bruh. Whoa, God damn it. I just want to see this. Why is this picture not loading, man? Bro, did Twitter just break? I want to see the fucking thing. You can kind of see it here, but it's, you see it's a Fleur de France, but it's got the music note in the middle. Peak. So good. Not as good as the go-aheads, but pretty good. Yo, Big Red, thank you so much for the sub. The Prime. Appreciate you. Prime sub simply because you're showing off the Blues. There we go. I don't know anything about hockey. Is it like soccer but better? It's like every sport but better. A lot better. Anyways, my friends, that is the end of the stream for today. I'm going to send you all over to my video that I made today. There's a really fun moment a couple minutes in that most of you are going to like. I think just a small little skit thing. It's only a couple seconds long. It's about 2 or 3 minutes in the video. You're gonna love it. Okay, so go watch that. Okay, everyone, have a great night. Love your faces. I'll see you very soon, my friends. Maybe tomorrow, maybe Thursday. We'll see. But either way, I hope you have a fantastic night.